Oh, you should be here and you'll be able to make those calls. But we're gonna go ahead and start up. So yeah, you guys were gonna pick up. Last week we ended with you guys making your way to the marsh area following a crude map. And on the way, you guys had a little encounter with some harpies and a interesting creature that uh, you technically don't know what it was because you wouldn't know. Um, but and then it all ended, and you guys are all alive, and you were continuing on your way, and it was nighttime. So,
You
No,
did
we had
explain. You explained
yeah,
what it was.
yeah. He explained the legends that he had
oh yeah,
heard.
y'all rolled for it. Okay, I wasn't sure if it was meta or not. Yeah, the deep scion. That's right, Taslin. I think you're the one who rolled a history check on that.
You got a nice 19.
Yeah. So, yeah, you learned it was a deep scion. So, but yeah, out of the 3 potions the mayor gave you guys, Thorgar used one to pick up Rogar, and then there's 2 potions that you guys didn't pick for 2 people to hold.
I
Well, yeah.
thought, did Avery say that she would take one of them?
Yeah, that's what. Yeah, I put it in the chat.
Yeah.
So,
Oh, okay.
I'll take one.
All right. Well, if you got it, you got it. Cool. Well,
Anyone want the other one?
like I said, it is nighttime, so it is dark out, and you know that the land is not too far away from the front of your boat. What do you guys want to do from here?
I'll take the other. I'll take the other health potion.
All right. So Avery and not Tasman. Avery and Rogar have a potion each.
Okay.
All right. So yeah, what do you guys want to do from here? Are you going to anchor down, or are you going to make your way to land? Stop with creaming the coffee. Stop.
I guess for now.
Wow.
Oh, that's so sweet.
How dare you cream in my coffee?
It's whipped cream, and it's something. So,
Mm-hmm.
Well, as I was saying before Dean so rudely interrupted me, I'm going to check to make sure everyone's at least like mostly okay.
you go ahead and do a medicine check.
Okay. Okay, hold on. 14.
With a 14, you can tell that you are pretty messed up. And in comparison, everyone else is okay-ish, except for, I believe that's Thorgar. Yes, Thorgar is really hurt. Avery and Thorgar are the most hurt.
Okay. I am going to give myself four of my like lay on hands points, and then give 5 to Sorter.
All right. So you take 4. He takes 5. I believe that's all your
What?
lay on
Nope.
hands. But yeah. So.
That's the right thing. There we go.
Let me pull you out to the map now that you've done that. And this, you guys were just a little ways off of shore, about right here. And you were heading toward the marsh.
Take it right here's a city.
Port. Man, is that actually on the map? That
Right.
is super lame. I thought that was.
Somebody fucked up.
Well, I mean, I guess it's there now. It's a weird blotch on the map. That's all it is.
We totally
It's
believe you.
just this random spot that's miscolored.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Mhm.
for sure.
On multiple locations too.
Yeah.
How strange.
It's a reoccurring
There's so
event.
many nipples.
Then the map has nipples?
Yeah, remember I had to
Apparently.
manually cover everything. So.
Oh my gosh. No.
I mean,
Hey, you got the words.
y'all got
It's
plenty
all
to
right that
find.
you missed a couple nipples.
Yeah, I didn't even
Yeah,
think about them, to
yeah.
be honest. I didn't even think about them. But yeah. So again, are you guys going to anchor down, or are you gonna finish your way there? How are you? What do you want to do? It is nighttime. It is dark out with the moon up.
I think. Well, I don't know. The waters are pretty dangerous too. Uh,
Yeah, I mean,
huh.
like it's 6 of one, half dozen of the other, right? So, because there's new monsters on the land that we maybe don't know about, but there's some weird fish swimming around us or that deep scion could come back.
How about we have everyone do watches so we kind of take turns sleeping?
Yes, that sounds great.
So
All
we want
right.
to anchor down.
You gonna anchor down here in the water?
Yeah, and
Yeah.
have everyone take, or it's like a few people take turns doing watches so that nothing. So if something does attack, we're aware of it.
All right.
Yeah, that sounds great.
See, you can drop your anchor. That's fine. Um, and then yeah, so you got the benches, and then inside this covered room in the back, there are beds. There's not a door there.
I have a bedroll, so
Yeah,
I'm
obviously.
probably gonna I'm gonna probably set up like in between one of these benches and just chill out.
You should be able to move your token. Feel free.
Okay. I guess I'll chill here. Wait. Who's taking the first watch, and how long is the watch going to be? Because eventually everyone needs at least some rest.
So I think this is
I'll
y'all's
go ahead.
first actual long rest. So
Mhm. I'll go
sorry.
ahead and take the first watch.
I'll take the first
Uh,
watch.
But I could also just go ahead and take the first watch.
What if we do it in pairs and then
Four
nobody would
four
have to
eyes
be
are
by
better than
themselves?
two.
You're not going to jump into the water at, like, without listening if I was to say something, right? Not just gonna dash off.
Where?
There's not much. There isn't really anywhere I could dash off to. I won't make any guarantees. It depends on the situation.
Okay.
So a long rest is 8 hours, right?
Yeah.
And one of you only needs 4 hours, while the rest of you need the 8.
Does anybody know who that is?
I think it's the elf. The
I
elf
think
only
I,
needs 4 hours.
I think it is too. So
uh,
maybe the rest
And
of
that
us
would be
sleep.
Avery, right?
Yeah.
Or no,
what?
Lucia.
No,
Lucia.
Avery's the cowpoke. No?
Yeah.
Avery's hard to
don't-
get.
Yes.
It's not Avery.
Avery's the
is
cow folk, and Lucia
Yeah, I'm
is
the cow
the
lady.
elf.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think
Maybe just
I
let
need.
Avery do
I
it.
what?
Huh? What? Why?
What?
By what?
So who's taking
I,
first
I
watch?
think. I
Just
think.
guys, just let Avery take first watch.
Why would Avery take
Or
first
not
watch
Avery,
whenever
Lucia.
Lucia?
Lucia. Sorry, he's got me mixed up now.
I
Yeah,
didn't do
but I was
anything.
very.
I just learned
Um.
Lucia was an elf last week. So trying to grab.
Let Lucia take first watch. We'll all sleep.
Can, is there,
Avery.
we're not going to do the pairs thing, and can somebody stand to take a short rest?
I mean, y'all aren't forced to rush out of the water either. You don't have
Yeah,
to.
we can spend the first 4 hours of the day prepping and letting Lucia sleep.
Yeah.
So Lucia's sleeping overnight, or watching overnight. Is that correct? And then she's gonna do a trance while you guys all hang out on the boat for 4 hours.
Yes.
Sure.
Okay. Everyone pick your spot that you're gonna be at during the night.
I'm gonna not do that. I am gonna stay up with Lucia,
Okay.
and I'm gonna just say, "Well, you watch to the back of the boat, and I'll watch to the front."
Are you gonna stay up for 4 hours, or are you gonna stay up for the entire?
I'm gonna stay up for 4 hours, and then I'm gonna go to sleep for 4 hours, and then I'm gonna stay asleep for another 4 hours while she does her training.
Okay.
Fine by me.
Excellent. I'll watch from the front if you'll watch from the back, or you can watch the front and I'll watch the back. Either
I
way.
think you'd be best if you were closer to them,
To them.
the rest of the group.
I-
As in, you did get a bit beat up as well, so rallying the troops would be maybe a bit easier. So maybe you don't get hit again.
Quite gracious of you, milady.
All right. I just turn back towards the front and keep a lookout.
All right.
I know you're
Are
gonna need me to roll
Caslin and
something.
Thorgar going to like get into a bed or?
I'm in bed.
There's 2 beds. Yeah. Move your token how you're gonna be.
Yeah, does anyone? If no one wants this other bed, I'll take it. If I can even fit.
No, I'm laying I have a bedroll. I'm laying down in the.
I guess I'll take the other bed then.
Alrighty.
Through the bedroll, I guess.
Alright. So while you guys are taking your long rests, just a little fun thing happens.
Great.
You kind of even hear the fish kind of quickly swim away from the boat area.
No. No.
Fish.
And shortly after, you see some fins in the water start making their way around the boats.
Hmm. Hmm.
Dean's straight trying to kill us.
They're
Dean
sharks.
really wants us to be
No, no.
afraid of
The
the
ocean.
water. But
I haven't
hey,
pulled out
Dean,
anything really scary yet, to be fair.
just a question. Are these like they're just
They're sharks. You just see the shark fins.
are
as
they
they're-
D&D sharks or are they sharks?
We don't know. They're underwater.
You know,
Can
if you
see.
take a swim, you can find out.
No, no, no.
Or
No.
if they climb up onto the boat, then they're D&D sharks. But
Is this like raft situation or like
This
I
is
just take a
Look
take a
around
spear
and find
stab it
out
a couple
the
times.
situation.
If you want to know the mechanical reasoning, I rolled sharks appeared, so here's some sharks.
Okay. okay?
But you're on the boat, so
Mm-hmm.
so yeah, you see some sharks, and then they're gonna circle the boat for a little bit, but after a while they get bored, as they do, and they'll head
They make
off.
for good meat. Just saying.
I'm just very skeptical of anything that the DM does at this point.
That's good. But other than that, the rest of the night is pretty peaceful. And so,
Awesome.
we'll say at 4 hours. Who's going? The other one's gonna go sleep, and Lucia's gonna be alone, right?
Mm-hmm.
Well, unless she wants to wake one of us up.
It continues to be uneventful for another 4 hours as everyone else wakes up. The sun begins to rise above the boats, glimmering across the water, and you start to see the fish returning. One.
Hmm.
Ah,
But yeah, it's your morning.
good morning, Rogar.
Good morning.
I'll let you take the rest of the watch.
Sounds good. Go have
I'm gonna head.
a nice nap.
Sounds wonderful. I'm gonna go ahead and head back and take one of the beds.
Alrighty.
I'm gonna take my club. I'm gonna tie some rope to it.
Avery and Avina, don't forget to fix your health. Took a long rest.
right.
Get everything back.
Yippee!
What would the party like to do for 4 hours on the boat?
I'm going to fish.
Do you have a fishing
Yeah,
rod?
I was.
No, but I have a club, some rope, some bread, and I'm just gonna figure out how to make shift a hook.
So, quick fun questions. Anyone? No, you guys don't have a net, do you?
No, otherwise,
Uh-uh.
I don't. I don't know if anybody else does, but I don't.
Hold on.
I have hunting traps,
Okay.
but I'm asleep.
Well, I don't know if you can trap the ocean, but
And I don't know, like, if they're snares or if it's like a trap
it'd
that would
be
work as like a lobster trap. Like, I don't know.
even then you'd need that on the bottom, but of the ocean. It would be like a regular forest trap for like wolves, deer, things like that.
Okay. All right.
What's in my fucking
Hold on.
Dungeoneer pen?
Yeah, I'm trying to see if any of y'all would have like a spell, but I don't know if any of y'all would have like a spell for this either. So
Well, is there any like
Nope.
cooking area or like a place that's set up so I can like start a flame or something? Because I have cook utensils and we
unfortunately,
can.
this boat does not come with that type of stuff.
Oh man.
However, you guys can always move the boat. You know, bring the anchor up and go to shore.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Was
We can't be
convincing the
that
party
far
to at
from
least
shore. We're
go to
about
shore so that we can make food and hunt or whatever else we need to do.
I mean, I can.
like 4 or
I
5
got a
hours from shore, aren't
crowbar.
we?
That's right. You guys are one hexagon away from shore, and I remember it's an hour and 20 minutes to cross a hexagon. So you're about an hour 20 off the shoreline.
I say,
So we could.
look, why don't we chill, bitch, for a minute, let Lucy sleep for at least a couple hours, and then we can
Well, we
start
could
making our
start
way back
head
before
into
the
shore
dark side.
because I want to like have food ready for when they wake up as like a thanks for when she wakes up.
Hence why I was going to go fish.
You can't fish without a net or a rod or anything.
I have a crowbar, I have rope, and a club.
Is the
What's
crowbar
that going to do to catch fish?
is the
The
crowbar
crowbar is a hook.
the hook? Get a cat. I got something you can catch. I don't know if you'll be happy about it, but
Well, we'll see. We'll see. But I'm definitely gonna. I'm gonna be. I got Heskin off of me, off to the side,
okay,
and I will be fishing off this side of the boat.
cool.
I also have
You're fishing with a crowbar
A
attached to
club
a rope on a club.
with what's it called? With like bread and shit at the end of the crowbar, obviously, for a little bit
Okay.
of bait, you know.
Let me see.
If I was here last week, I would have like definitely like carved up some of them harpies. I'm just saying. So maybe I'll have some harpy meat.
Harpies
Gross.
are humanoid. Um.
Exactly.
Ah,
Okay. So
I'm a
cannibalism.
dragonborn.
go ahead and roll survival, and let's see how this goes.
Survival. That is a dirty 20.
Oh, okay. So you feel some things kind of like nibble at the bread, but nothing takes a big old bite.
Damn, bro. Really? With a dirty 20? I can't even catch
And a
anything.
crowbar? Yeah, sorry. So
I would time it perfectly and just pull the rope back. That way the crowbar goes through their fucking mouth.
Yeah, unfortunately, the biggest thing that nibbled with a 20 would probably be a shark, which is still not big enough to bite a crowbar.
Alright, well then I will pull the crowbar back up. I have an idea. I'm gonna pull a nail out of the ship. Out of one of the railings.
Okay.
With the crowbar.
Okay.
And then I will fasten a hook out of that.
Okay. Go.
Can we
Do
please
what
just
with
go
what with
scroll?
what tools, by the way?
I have a crowbar.
Your crowbar is gonna make that into a hook. Is that what you're telling me?
Ah, well no, I can bend a nail.
Yeah, I
You
guess
can
so.
bend a nail.
I feel like personally, I know I can bend a nail, and if I can, I feel like a dragonborn could.
Yeah, especially
Uh,
with our fleshy human fingers.
okay.
Yeah,
So yeah, so while you're setting up your nail of a hook, does anyone want to do or say anything to anybody?
We should honestly just start heading to shore. It's about what, an hour to get there?
About an hour time.
it's the butt crack of dawn.
Yeah, and we honestly probably all need to get some food in us. And I frankly want to thank Lucia for staying up all night and have food ready for her when she wakes up. I'm sure she'll be hungry.
What do you think I'm trying to do? Trying to catch his breakfast.
No offense, but with a crowbar?
I just took the crowbar off. Listen, I was trying to catch something big, alright? Didn't bite, so I'm gonna catch some little fish, and then we'll work on the bigger fish later.
All right, how about this? You're trying to make a hook, right?
I just did make a hook out of a nail.
All right,
Unless you
I
have a
have
hook.
no. Uh, would there be any extra like twine or rope or like spare rope or anything around the boat?
I have 50
Yeah.
feet of rope
Yeah,
on
yeah,
me.
you all have rope.
Typically your packs have like rope in them.
Yeah, I know. I don't want to. What I was thinking of doing was uh kind of like tearing it apart and getting a few strands from the rope and using it as kind of a line. That way we at least have a hook and a line.
I have a hook and a line. I
Well, if you
have
wanted to
rope.
throw your, well, if
I
you
didn't
wanted to
just
throw your rope,
I didn't
go
just
right
stick
ahead.
my hand down into the water with a crowbar and try to pull it up. I have a line wrapped around my club, and now I am tying a knot around my makeshift hook.
Well, ropes are just like wrapped or just like twisted pieces of twine. If you take
Not if you
uh
fray the ends of it.
yeah, that's what I was trying to tell you. I'm sorry.
It's okay.
So at least we're on the same page, I guess. But we still can't cook fish on a wooden boat with no cooking area.
Oh, you guys need to cook it?
Preferably, yeah,
Eh,
especially in an unknown area where we don't know like where the allergens or what the allergens or the parasites or anything are that could be in the fish.
So we have no idea that there's a town. And
no clue. No
no
clue.
clue. So you would have just head into the marsh and then go hunting in the marsh, in which we have no idea what's in the marsh. Other than
Well,
that we know
doesn't
that
our dwarf friend
lizard
have
folk.
some knowledge? Doesn't our dwarf friend have some knowledge?
Not really. Not that I know.
Actually, the dwarf does. The dwarf has lived in the marsh for like 50 years, only making sporadic trips into the town. So, yeah, she knows a shit ton about the marsh.
But we don't know that. I don't know that.
Well, we
Yeah, actually, I yelled at Lucia about it in the last session. So,
she has a house here.
Well, I know she
pretty
has a
sure
house
that
here. That's all. That's all I know. Like, I didn't know like whether or
yeah.
not that you have experience in these marshes.
Well, do
But
you want to? Well, do you just want to head to shore, start heading towards their house, and have me carry Lucia or something?
Heading towards whose
you
house?
I have
The
a
dwarves
I'll have
have.
a shack in the marsh.
You have a shack in the marsh?
Yeah.
Could I just
Yeah.
fish?
Yeah. You should just fish. Just fish. It's fine.
I
Just let
okay.
him fish.
So, do you want to make the boat start moving, and then he can fish while the boat's moving? Because fish move
That
in
sounds
the
good.
ocean.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, yeah, that's probably a good
I
idea.
was kind of
Two,
waiting for
uh,
one of y'all to say
two,
that, but.
two birds with one stone, I guess.
I was just about to say it before you did.
But yeah, that might be the best, just to stew both your ideas.
I don't know.
As,
All
a,
right.
as an idea.
I don't know. That sounds like a
That
plan.
sounds good. Let's just start moving the boat towards shore. Rogar can fish while we head towards shore.
Okay. So you guys
Okay.
pull up the anchor. Rogar, I'll give you 3 survival checks at disadvantage with your man-made, weirdly shapen hook.
How's it weirdly shapen?
Because you used your thumb to push it over. I can't imagine it's a perfect curve.
Damn, almost had a nat 20. You little bitch. To push it over and like I can bend it. That's fine.
Yeah, it's not gonna have
I
a
made it
perfect
into a
curve.
hook.
Yeah, it's not gonna have a barb.
All right.
It's not
Either
gonna have a
way, I
perfect
got a
curve.
7, fucking, well, a 9, an 18, and a 13.
Okay, so with a 13, you do manage to wrangle in one of the little fish. It's probably about, I'd say it's probably like a 22.
That's not bad.
Yeah.
And what about my 18?
Oh, the 18 was, you said 4 different numbers, right?
No, I said 3. A 9, an 18, and a
Okay.
13.
I thought you said 7 at the first. The 18, I'd say that also pulls in another fish. That one's probably a bit bigger, probably about like a 25, 26. We'll go 25 and a half, why not?
Can I
Alright,
start preparing the
cool.
fish like while he's doing that so that I have something to do?
Yeah, like scaling. You
Um,
can like start, oh, you can kill it and then
Yeah,
start
like
scaling it and stuff.
yeah, all that fun jazz.
Fun, yeah, you can do that.
are you proficient in descaling fish?
She's proficient in cooking tools, so yes.
So
Ooh,
there.
burn.
Ooh. Oh, it's like almost, I already knew that. But yeah, so you guys reach the marshland in about an hour and a half. He catches 2 fish along the way. Way to go! And yeah, so you guys, let's get you guys a marshland area. Resting place, I guess. No, that's got all built to it. Let's see. I should have.
We're heading into the marshes through that janky river, John, that I drew up, right?
Yeah, yeah. Your crude
'Cause
thing helped them.
that's the map we're using, like my janky little crudely drawn map.
Yeah,
Alright.
I like the
Oh,
explanation.
sweet.
It's pretty great.
Yeah. Well,
Well, it was pretty much your explanation.
by the way, I rolled 2 nat 20s during that fucking disadvantage.
That's good to hear. Sounds like you
I'm
won't have.
fucking pissed.
Sounds like you won't have much not 20s for the combat either.
Probably not.
Get them out the way.
Oh, unless I keep
Alright.
rolling nat 20s with that dice. You never know. Probably not.
Now let me pull y'all off this boat. Alrighty. Yeah, you guys are able to get pretty close to the shore. Are you gonna bring the boat up to the shoreline, or are you going to like anchor slightly off coast and swim over?
Do we have like a rescue boat ish? Like a rowboat
No,
attached to the boat?
No.
not on that one. No.
Okay.
I mean, there's both pros and cons to that because anchoring close to shore would make it easier to escape, but it also make it easier to attack if we were being chased
Also,
or being ransacked.
would I know if our boat is too heavy to shore?
Not for your party size. You guys could push it offshore if you don't bring it like all the way on land. You know, you do that like half land thing.
Yeah. Okay.
You guys as
Yeah.
a party could push it back off.
I think we need to do that.
I don't trust these waters.
You got the confidence from bending that nail.
Thanks.
Alright, so yeah, you guys land on the marsh, and here's your immediate marsh surroundings. Let me give you your marsh music.
Yay! Yippee! March music!
And so we're Avina and I'm sorry, I'm Avina. Lucia and I are already awake now, or this is like
No, this is like an hour and a half later at most.
Yeah, everyone's awake except for Lucio.
Well,
okay.
Vina said she was
Oh, I guess Anavina, so where you
in
at?
that last 4 hours, right?
You're not here either. So yeah, you guys anchor slightly off, or did you bring the boat on land? Did we decide that?
I would have suggested we bring the boat half on, half off to
Yeah,
shore.
me too.
Alright.
The
So
pirates.
The
beaching
former-
it.
The
The
pirates
former
have spoken.
pirates.
They're beaching the boat.
Alright, so yeah, you guys half beach it. Um, and yeah, so Avina and Lucia are still on the boat. They're gonna keep sleeping, while the four of you come onto the land and you see your little marsh area. What would you like to do immediately?
Uh, I am going to turn to my fellow compatriots and look at them and say, would you mind getting some, or at least trying to find some dry wood to start a fire, and I'll start gathering herbs if you wouldn't mind, or whatever is around here.
So we're just gonna leave those two on the boat alone.
One of you are free to stay if you'd like. It shouldn't take two. It shouldn't take four people to find firewood and find herbs
I
and
don't think you've met our party yet.
mushrooms or whatever is around here.
You haven't met our party.
We're pretty incompetent sometimes.
I want to know
No,
what this volcano
no
is like.
offense, but I have no faith in any of you, let alone myself.
I'm sure we can find firewood, and I'm sure there's edible things on this island. Or
Yeah. If one or two of you wish to stay on the boat, you're free to. I just want to get like breakfast started for everyone.
Look, you guys go do what you gotta do. I'll hang back by the boat. Well, I'll hang out. I'll hang back on the boat, so that way I can at least keep a watch on the boat. So that way nobody steals it, or I don't know, tries to kill Lucia and Avina while they're sleeping.
Fair enough.
All
All right,
right.
cool.
I
Who's getting the wood?
I'm looking for firewood.
Give me a nature
Dazzling.
check. Do you have a fire?
That's a
Sorry, go ahead.
11.
11. Do you have a fire cantrip at your disposal?
Me?
uh
No.
Yeah. No.
I have
Well,
a
I
tinderbox.
I
That's all I
technically
have is a
have
tinderbox.
Firebolt,
yeah,
which
fire.
catches things on fire as long as they're
Yeah.
not being worn.
Yeah. So you can find a bunch of branches from the various bushes and trees, but they are all a little bit damp. You might need a bit of a kickstart to get them flammable.
Uh,
And we're gonna say that
I do-
Thorgar is gonna stay on the beach line because he's not even here, so he'll be the one guarding the boat. So you can stay here, Rogar, with Heskin.
Okay.
So I do have oil, which should be flammable, right? Yes.
Typically, yeah. I don't know if you're asking me or them.
Yeah.
I'm more talking to myself.
Oh. Neither.
I got firebolt. I'm just saying. I
So-
can just be like Shazam, and it
Well,
catches
if you want to try the firebolt, you can. I have oil and a tinder box that we could probably get this started.
Avery is going to look in like in the surrounding marsh, looking for like mushrooms and herbs. Just things that are edible that she can cook with, that are forageable.
Give me a nature check. No, make it a survival check.
Okay.
Um.
Does a 14 get me anything?
14? Yeah, for sure. Yeah, you could definitely find some edible mushrooms in the marshlands.
Well, I am going to gather a good bit of those, at least enough for everyone to get their fill, and I'm gonna let these two continue figuring out who's going to start the fire in the house so that I can cook.
I'm just gonna cast firebolt on the bunch of logs sitting in front of me and be like Shazam. But I would make sure they are properly placed in a teepee, like John.
Like, make sure nothing is flammable, nothing else flammable is around, so that we don't start a wildfire.
No.
Mm.
All right. So,
No, he's gonna try to kill all of us.
all right. So Taslin, you put all the logs and stuff that you found together into a nice little bundle, and he's gonna cast firebolt, and it does catch it on fire. Despite the moist, it was enough to dry it off and then spark it. Where would you like your fire at?
We'll go since right here, right. But
All right. I want to take a step back, Krogar.
No. Oh, that was perfect.
All right.
Oh,
Avery is going to take out her cook's utensils and start like cooking the mushrooms and the fish that they got. She'll turn to Rogar and Taslin and be like, if you want, I personally don't eat any meat, but if you guys want some meat, you're free to go hunting if you'd like.
what do you say, Taslin?
we can go hunting. That
Wouldn't
sounds
mind
like a plan.
showing little Heskin here how to hunt.
Okay. Avery, roll survival to cook the 2 fish that you have cleaned and gutted.
Does a 19 get me anything?
Yeah, and it would be a 19 plus your proficiency.
Yeah, that's with my proficiency.
Oh yeah. Are you proficient? Because you get proficiency with yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I rolled
Okay.
a 15.
Okay. Cool. Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, you nicely cook the 4 fish and some of the mushrooms, as well. Are you making like a stew or what are you making?
Well, a stew usually requires like broth or water, and well, I don't think marsh water would be too clean, so probably more something along the lines of a stir fry.
I mean, you got magic. I think one of y'all could purify it. I don't know if you have it prepared though. But
Somebody's.
I
Well,
don't
yeah, I
have
have
magic
purified food
shit.
drink.
yeah,
I
Oh.
so
have
I mean,
purified food and
you
drink.
can gather a whole marsh water pot and then purify it with a spell and then use it if you wanted
I mean, I
to.
guess I could, but I
You
don't
don't
know.
have to.
Stir fry seems easier.
All right, stir fry it is. Nothing wrong with that. And Taslin and Rogar, you're gonna go hunting.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Let me see.
You want to go straight primal? Strip down real
Let's-
quick.
It's a trap. It's a trap.
Lance, is that you?
Thump.
Just knock them over their head with that thing?
Yeah, right? Just boom, boom. Catch everything.
Guys. Where is?
All right, well, yes, I will
I'm
go
going
hunting.
to.
There it is. Okay.
This is going to be a. I'm going to take off dragon scale armor and set it on this bench
Okay.
so I can be a little bit quiet.
All right. Fair enough.
That is a mistake. No, but sneak up some food.
I'm sorry. I think you cut off. Said
Yeah.
something sneaking.
I said in case we need to sneak and I need to be quieter,
Oh, okay.
I took off my dragon scale mail and put it on that bench right there.
Fair enough. Okay. Yeah. You guys can. I guess roll. Let's see. You're hunting. Let's go with survival.
Yeah, I'm gonna use my light crossbow to hunt also.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And what did we nature check?
15 survival.
23.
Damn, bitch.
Okay.
Nat 20.
Okay. With that, you guys you're able to find a bunch of different types of footprints and footsteps and stuff, in different clearings, and one of them leads you to a nearby deer, in which you can roll a d20 to see if you take it down.
Still have my
17?
17.
19.
Cool. Those are just flat numbers, right?
Yeah.
Alright, cool.
Yes.
I'm rolling in all the stealth and hunting and shot and all that goes into it with that one performance roll. And with that, I would say that you guys are able to take down the deer with a very nice shot to the neck so you don't disrupt the face or a actual meat.
Good stuff.
Yeah, very nice. Um,
Right.
Now that you got that deer, as you're going to collect it, you notice that the footsteps is a mixture of what looks to be a couple sets of paw prints as well as a set of footprints.
So, humanoid footprints, are you saying?
Yeah, humanoid footprints.
Okay. Alright, so those are all we see, so like deer tracks, paw prints,
Oh,
like a
man.
dog-esque cat.
You
Like,
real quick on
Wolf.
you took notes, I think, on the who took notes on the damn, I don't want to just say it out loud.
On the thing that we're tracking?
I don't I was it was a human, right? Or did I say that you were
No,
who was
it
stealing?
was
No, we're
a,
going after the.
the
an elf.
Oh, this.
Yeah, okay.
It was an elf.
That's a humanoid. Yeah, that's right. Okay,
Yeah.
I was right.
It was an elf because we had that conversation. I had to have that conversation with Lucia.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that was a
Okay.
fun one, wasn't it?
Okay. I was like I'm pretty sure it's elf. I thought I wrote it down, but
Yes.
yeah, so I described it right.
Mhm.
So I described it right. Paw prints and a set of footprints. Sorry.
Okay, so paw prints, like, is it dog, wolf, like
Uh
big paw prints, small,
they're fairly big.
yeah,
They're not
cat-esque?
yeah. They're cat-esque and they're fairly big.
Okay.
Say we take this deer back to camp, drop it off, find where the print,
You keep cutting out, Bubba.
Do I?
Yeah,
A little bit,
Yeah.
yeah.
it seemed like a decimal type of thing, though. Not really your mic. Seemed like the decimal was cutting you off.
How about now?
That's good.
For
Any
now.
better? Okay. I say we
So-
take the deer back to camp and we go and follow these prints.
Just me and you? Or do you want to wait for...
We don't have to. We could just see where they're going. We don't have to
This is
apprehend anybody
this is a
unless we have
hefty
to.
It's looking like a hefty sized little cat. So, I mean, I don't know.
I mean, we could bring the whole
But-
party if that's.
I'm
what
not
we
gonna
wanna do.
lie. You're not the best at sneaking around. And I'd rather you have your armor.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
No.
We can go
bring
back to
these
the party and.
Yeah. I think it's best if we go back, eat up, and then we'll reconvene. So
if you
throw
feel
that deer
way.
over your shoulder, big boy.
And I toss the deer over my shoulder, start making our way back to camp.
Already? Yeah, we can say that. So yeah, you guys make it back to camp with dragging the deer along with you. Deer's pretty heavy, so you guys have to work together, but you're both decent strength, I believe.
He's a
I mean,
fucking
yeah,
barbarian.
Taslin for sure. So
That's,
So Rogar,
that's what I was kind of
you're
like,
just holding
throw
that.
that shit.
You're holding the head and saying you're helping. And
Yeah, pretty much.
so-
I'm here for emotional support.
What does Heskin think of all of this?
Heskin's like, ooh, daddy, you're fucking awesome. We shoot down the deer, and Hesky's like, high forward, baby.
I imagine a little kid
He's just
cheering
in-
from a backpack status.
Yeah, he's enjoying himself. I'd say he's definitely enjoying himself.
Okay.
right,
Avery
so-
would have put aside a small like bowl that's like free of like the fish for herself since she can't eat meat. And is currently working on finishing up like the fish.
That's fair. Alright, so yeah, they bring the deer over and you finish up your fish and mushroom stir fry. Right now I'd say it's been about 3.5, 3:45. So about 15, 20 minutes. The other two should be able to get up.
And I'm gonna pick up my dragon armor and put it back on.
Fair enough. Fair enough. So that takes 10 minutes to don armor, but
Alright,
it's
Avery-
medium armor, so 5 minutes. Sorry.
Avery is going to take the deer and start to skin it and just clean it.
Okay. Do a survival check on that.
What does a 23 get me?
23. That's really nice.
Yep.
Cool.
Perfect fillets.
So, yeah, you are able to skin it really nice, where the skin is, or the pelt is possibly even usable in the future. And then yeah, you're able to get good chunks of meat off of it. Are you doing the whole deer, so like you have all the meat at the ready and you can just like store it, or only so much?
Well, I was hoping that we could store it, but I'm not sure how to do that because the way I know, like personally, like to store meat long term is if you salt cure it or whatever, and we don't have enough salt to do that.
Fair.
We're
Would I be
in
able
the
to?
Saltmarsh, though.
What?
He got you there.
Well, do you want to go? Well, do you want to go find? Well, do you want to go get a few buckets of water and boil it down to just the salt? Because be my
Look.
guest.
Here's what I'm telling you. We have 6 people and a whole deer.
Well,
Meat can
And
last a
true.
day. Back in the day, like meat lasts.
Well, to be
They
fair,
had
we could use
firm stomachs.
fair, and you do have a growing baby, so
Exactly.
they'll probably eat a good amount as well.
So
Uh,
5 people eating meat throughout the entire day. I think we'll be all right. We got a gnome, or not a gnome. Oh my god, that's my bad.
Uh-oh.
A
Yeah,
dwarf.
a
a
dwarf.
Uh-oh. You better hang on there.
a dwarf, a dragonborn barbarian, some giant blue guy with horns, and an elf, and me, and Heskin.
Yeah, and I think
I think
I'll.
we could take care of the rest of that deer. No problem. In the next 2 days.
All right,
Well, today
because
and tomorrow.
I just didn't want to waste it.
I think if we cook it up, it'll last a couple of days.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, I'm going to completely like fillet the deer and start to cook it. And I'll turn to the both of them and go, would either of you want the pelt? Seeing as you both got like caught him, I figured you two would get first dibs if either of you want it.
Uh, I'll just take the antlers. Do you want the pelt?
Yeah, I'll take the pelt.
All right,
Maybe
I'm
we
sure
could
they'll make
sell
a
the
fine
pelt.
blanket
Yeah.
if you're
What's
able
that?
to.
We could sell the pelt.
Well, you
I
could.
figured.
Options are
Yeah.
abound.
Well, you could. Well, you could also. Uh, prop- uh, you could also use it for as a blanket if you'd like. If you're able to fit under it, are you?
You know what? Actually, it's a great idea. He's pretty
I'll
thick.
take it. I'll
Might
take it.
cover.
I'm sure we'll figure something out.
Yeah. Heskin gets cold at night, throw it over him or something.
Yeah, that could work.
Yeah, we'll figure something out. We'll definitely use the pelt. Or sell it.
Yeah.
Probably sell it. But you never know. I look over at uh, Taslin, and I'm like, hey, you want a dagger? I'm about to makeshift a little dagger out of these antlers for Heskin.
If you have an extra one, I'll take it. While I wait for mine to be put together.
Cool. I like daggers.
Are you going to teach Heskin how to use a blade?
Yeah, what better
No.
to start with than the horn of a deer?
Uh, yeah, I've heard that is true. That was also my first weapon.
A deer horn? Dagger?
Well, my tribe took in and housed really anyone who needed it, or at least temporarily. And oftentimes we'd have travelers who had gotten lost in the snow. So they'd come and sometimes they'd want meat, and we'd offer to help them hunt.
Hmm. Well, would you like one also?
No, I'm good. I have a dagger. Uh, I was just, I, I don't know. I got caught up in my own thing. I'm sorry.
Don't apologize. I think that's awesome. I appreciate a little insight into your backstory. Everybody's always more than welcome to share stories. Helps getting to know each other, each one another. I forget. I don't know how it works, but yeah, you know what I mean. It helps to get to know one another. There you go.
Yeah, it does. Well, I hope they use it well.
Well, thank you. All right, I'm gonna carve out 3 uh bone daggers, I guess technically, or like antler
Okay.
daggers.
Yeah.
I would guess that Lucia and
Yeah, I was just about to
I'm
say Lucia and
yeah.
Avina would be awake, and able to pretty much join you guys. As you guys awake, you find the boat is slightly beached, and as you look out over the edge of the boat in front of it, you can see the groups, the three of them sitting around a fire, and Thorgar standing by the boats. The sound of waves still brushing up on shore continues to beat against the boat as well.
So, do I have a general idea about where we actually are from looking at the coastline?
Um, do you have the crude map, right?
Well,
Do
apparently it
I
says
have
there's
the
a
crude map?
You know
place in the
what?
marsh.
I would say I'd probably say no, just on the fact that you guys went through the water and it went nighttime and you were only following a crude map, so you would just know it's the marsh and maybe not like exactly where in the marsh you were.
Okay, all right. So I wake up and I stretch and I say, "Oh, you've beached the boat. Good show then." And I walk off and I go toward the fire.
Alright. Alright.
I would just use the ladder and also follow behind, kind of thanking Thorgar and being like, thanks for not leaving us behind. Before
I'm sure he'd say it was fine, no problem, his pleasure.
heading on to see what's happening at the camp. So, what have all of you been up to?
Avery would have begun like putting her stir fry into bowls for everyone and sort of setting them out for everyone to take as they please. We got a fire going and I cooked us all some breakfast if you're hungry.
Hmm?
Oh, I'm gonna bring you.
I,
Get here.
I am. I'd like some breakfast. Thank you.
I see you've caught a deer. Anything else that you found?
No, we there's some fish in there as well.
And some shrooms.
Yeah.
Yeah, some shrooms and herbs that I found around. Don't worry, they're safe to eat.
Oh, I wasn't just talking about food.
I'm making antler daggers if you want one.
Which, by the way, don't forget to roll me a survival on that.
Yeah, I was waiting for you to actually tell me which one you wanted.
It's gonna have to be survival. A lot of survival actions going on, so.
I figured as much, but I just didn't want. Oh, that 20, baby.
Okay. You're able to make 3 solid bone daggers out of the antlers.
Cool.
I would love to have one of those daggers.
I'd have to make you another one. These 3 are spoken for. I'm sorry.
Oh, that's fine.
If you
You
don't have enough,
offered?
she can have mine.
Well, I will make you another one. I will.
I just imagine him handing one to Haskins. Oh, sorry.
It's like you offered, like you're
Well,
like,
like-
oh, here, want one of these daggers?
Well, I said, would you like one? And like,
Yes.
I will make you one.
Yeah,
It just these 3 are currently spoken for, but you can have mine, and I'll make one for myself. How about that?
it's fine if you were going to make another one. I wasn't assuming that any of the ones that you had prepared were for me. I just got here.
Yeah, it sounded like it.
The fish.
I'm
mushroom,
sorry that my language made you assume that.
The fish and mushroom stir fry would be ready to go for y'all.
Cool.
From Avery.
I will.
They cooked it very well.
Avery's a dope cook.
Thorgar would be munching on some of it.
Avery would be munching on her bowl of shrooms and herbs that she had set aside for her before.
And you said you wanted to start cooking some of that deer meat?
Yep, so I'm kind of like
Okay.
in between bites, like flipping over and like checking.
Alright, go ahead and roll another survival for the deer meat. But
Okay.
yeah, everyone else can go ahead.
Right.
And yeah. Go ahead.
Did you guys see anyone? I'm guessing you ventured a bit further. Just assuming.
We didn't see anybody, but we did find some footprints of what I could only say maybe an elf. I don't want to assume though.
We found humanoid footprints. That's all we could really tell.
Small humanoid footprints.
Small humanoid footprints, along with big cat footprints, paw prints, I should say.
Well, our elf friend is supposed to be communicating with animals, so
What's a 21 get me? Sorry.
I would.
21? You cooked that.
Bet.
You're cooking the deer meat pretty well, especially for someone
I
who
would-
doesn't eat it.
I would bet some money that it's a high chance that those tracks you found lead to our. I guess we could call them our mission.
Alright, so side note, like I have no idea what the fuck we're talking about.
Oh yeah.
You guys should probably
Like
tell
I'm
them
just
all about
gonna
the.
throw that one out there.
I want to tell them about the side missions that y'all picked up.
So, we're here to track down an elf that has been stealing from the shops and one of the guilds.
Yeah, one of the
Get more
guilds wants
money
a
if he's
log.
alive.
Yes.
Yeah. And
He-
What guild? Like the Irons Guild, like
Not the woodworkers,
We-
the other one.
the
yeah,
Iron
the
Workers,
woodworkers want a log from here.
Steel Workers,
No, it's the craft
Poo
masters.
workers? Like
What was the name of the guild, guys?
Okay, wait, I'm looking.
Teamsters Local 876.
The Carpenters
Oh.
Guild Hall.
He was stealing from the carpenters. Okay.
No,
No,
that's where
the
they're-
other one.
Oh,
You-
yes.
No,
Uh,
it was just the tower.
Okay,
the tower.
Yeah, the tower is the one where you guys got the notice of the guy stealing.
Yeah,
Isn't,
that
his,
one.
And
isn't
then
the
the
guy we're looking
carpenter's
for?
hall is where they're like they want like these 9 different pieces of wood.
And they're
Isn't-
real snobbish.
And a gnome that
Isn't-
needs to be punted into oblivion.
Okay, I'll just go ahead and say it again. Alright, so from the Hool Watch Tower, you guys found different sections on the bulletin board type of thing. And since you were going to the Hool Marshes, you pulled the one paper that was from there, in which it was a wanted criminal poster, and it mentioned someone that an elven person that works with animals in order to get their thievery done, which they've been stealing from the various markets. And they've been seen leaving Saltmarsh and heading back into the Hool Marshes. Then you guys went
and
over
we-
to the Carpenters Guild Hall and got insulted, and then they gave you a list of interesting wood that they would pay extra for, and there was a whole list there.
Yeah, and we
Okay.
also have a speak with animals potion that works for one day.
One person
Now,
was drinking.
isn't the guy we're supposed to be getting? Isn't his name Aleander?
What?
It is now.
No,
that sounds like a good name.
Like the
I got the name
Like how we
Aleander
changed Ned
from.
to Ned
I got the name
Flanders.
Aleander from somewhere.
Aleander.
Yeah, I
That's how
haven't
we
heard
changed-
that, but it's let's
Never mind.
just start calling him Aleander and see how he reacts when we call him that name.
I
Alright,
thoroughly
so-
don't remember Aleander.
If the wood we're looking for, if there's any around here, would we notice it? Did we get any specific designs of the trees that the wood come
Did
from?
anyone take notes
Yes.
of it or no?
I did.
Branch of a-
I wrote it down
branch of
very
a-
specifically. May I read you
branch
this
of-
list?
Yeah, you guys should add it to the notes next time so everyone can just read the list. Go
Yeah.
ahead.
Okay.
Yeah.
It
I'm
is.
sorry I wasn't here.
It's okay. It is the branch of a tree used to hang a murderer. Splinter,
And the murderer has to, and the murderer has to be dead.
and the murderer has to be dead. Splinters from a lightning struck tree. Shards of a trance bark given freely. A wooden stake that has been used to impale a vampire. Tendrils from a shambling mound. deck planks stolen from a pirate ship.
From a shipwreck.
Oh, from a
No,
shipwreck, not
those
from
are
a pirate ship?
both. Deck planks stolen from a
I-
pirate ship and wood from a shipwreck. Those are two different ones.
Yeah, there's two different ones.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. My
Log
bad.
taken from the Hool marshes and transported in swamp water, and
Mhm.
wood from a shipwreck.
Okay, so
And what
can
was the
Exactly.
we
vampire
pass-
one again?
Wooden
It's a
stake
stake
used
used to impale the
a
vampire.
So can we make any of these happen? I'm just saying, like we can hang somebody from a tree.
We're also needing a
could.
log dragged through this, like
It
through
is
whole
so
marsh
swamp
funny.
is-
And we
water.
had the same train of thought. We had the same train of thought.
We
I put
literally are in
I put
the whole marshes.
I put the note
Yes.
in your list there. Can't miss it now.
So we have
Thank
to find someone who has killed somebody and then hang them until they're dead.
Yeah, and then take that
So we could
branch.
totally hang anybody here, and then revive them.
Hold on.
No.
Wait,
Why
wait a
would we?
minute, we had this
Hold
I
on.
don't know that about me.
No,
wait.
no,
I
no,
don't know about
too
you.
far.
I have never murdered anyone.
Too far.
There is no evidence that anyone here is a killer.
No,
Except for the person
Homeboy
that
just
split in
split
half on
somebody
the
in
ship
half.
from
That was in
last night.
self-defense. That was in self-defense.
Not
Correct.
The, not the guy that
Let
got
the
split
record
out.
reflect that I have agreed with Lucia.
Murder is murder.
I'm pretty sure
Um,
the guy that got split in
murder's
half was
not
self-defense.
murder.
You know, he did not get that turn.
Murder is not murder. What I saw was self-defense, and I
Murder.
will vouch for that. But different types of murder. Just because someone has died doesn't make you a killer. I mean,
It makes you a
Well,
killer, but it doesn't make you a murderer,
Well, this
which is
great, yeah,
your
I was
actual
gonna say.
argument, which I agree with, Madam
look,
Lucia.
is
mhm.
there anything
Why
we
are
can?
you calling me madam all of a sudden?
I'm so sorry. What is your title?
Why are you asking what my title is all of a sudden?
Because
Uncomfortable.
we know you're
I
pretty
didn't have
hoity-toity,
one
so you
that I
definitely come
should
from
probably
murder.
Well,
be using.
If I was wanting to be addressed by a title, don't you think I would have said so?
Oh,
No,
okay.
What?
Yeah.
not if you're hiding.
Avery's just watching
I'm
this
not-
like a
not
fly on a wall
hiding.
right now.
I mean, I don't. Look, we all know you're rich. And that's
I'm
Who
just
okay.
said
gonna
I
lean over-
was rich? I
We
am
accept you for
I'm
who
just gonna
you
lean-
are.
I
I'm gonna lean over
cannot buy
towards
a health
Avery.
potion, okay?
I'm gonna lean over towards Avery and be like, "How long does that tea take to make?"
It shouldn't take too long if you can find some clean water to boil.
Oh my god.
Oh,
Didn't you just like make a whole
not yet.
Can you just like
potion?
make a flask of it and keep it on your hip and be like, here you go, sweetie.
Can we have a flask of holding that just holds gallons and gallons of it?
Yeah, weren't we
Right.
talking about that?
Yeah, that's a good answer. Water. Yeah, it does exist. But you're all broke.
Oh,
Hold on.
Yeah,
We're
For
fucking
all
rich.
we know, we could be. I mean, you
Look.
have 2 houses.
Let's get
Avina.
rid of the whole
Okay,
fucking
okay.
rich people ordeal. Like that's okay.
Okay.
All right, who cares?
Okay. It's
What
yeah,
can we
you're right.
grab? What
I
can we
do
grab
have
over
2
here?
residences, but they're
Oh,
anyway.
What
Can we just
grab
all
while
do
we're
an
here?
investigation and be like, are any of these woods around us?
Is there a big enough log?
They're
Do a
big
percent.
enough along.
You can do a perception check if you want to look around.
Yeah.
Something
I'll do-
preferably
I
big
do.
enough to
I'll do a
punch that
perception check.
gnome into oblivion.
And
That
I
is
rolled
a
a
nat
2,
20.
so I cannot see shit.
Would you say a nat
So
20?
anyway.
Oh.
Alright. Okay, well, in that 20, I'll say that you definitely see a strangely interesting mound of refuse kind of sitting in the water. It doesn't look like the rest of the plant life around, but it does look like a healthy green type of refuse or plant mound, I guess you could say.
Is it a shambling thing?
Uh,
Shambling.
refuge?
What's it called?
Hey,
Shit. Jeez.
Tendrils harvested from a Is it a shambling mound?
Tendrils.
Yes.
Tendrils.
Is it a shambling mound?
I don't know.
What if I go over and poke it with my quarterstaff to find out?
Those are
Fuck's a
options.
shambling mound?
Why?
If
Because we need-
you
go over
lay
there.
down to sleep and your pillow has teeth, that's a mimic.
Yeah,
Did you
I
guys
mean,
see
I
my
get that.
toilet
But
mimic
the
more?
shambling mound. What if I just go over and I sort of,
Why
yeah,
would you
I'm
poke
not
it?
good
Why
at.
would you just like say hello, sir? How are you? I'm sorry if I'm
Oh.
disturbing you.
Oh, okay, you go. I'm not all that charismatic. I don't know if you've
Where's
noticed.
it? Where's
So-
this? Where's this mound that we see?
It's in the. It's
I'll
in the
go.
middle. It's in the middle of the water area. Oh yeah. Right
Is
over
there
there.
anybody in said shambling
Yeah.
mound?
What?
Oh no.
How about I take
Oh,
my
no.
spear
No!
and kind of poke at it?
You're gonna poke it.
I am going to be back here while he
Alright.
does that.
Everyone stop moving. Alright, so you take your javelin and you poke this mound of green something, and it
Mhm.
immediately starts to pulsate and move before it
Oh.
seemingly stands up on itself, making a mess before you.
Oh.
Um,
Why?
Is
that a Does human anyone face
inside
speak-
of it?
Shambling mound.
and it immediately
Oh, boy.
reaches forward to engulf you. Give me a strength save at disadvantage.
Oh shit.
At least it's strength.
Yeah.
I'm just giving you a possible exit.
He
God
feels bad.
damn it.
How'd it go?
You're
Hey, you said
fucking terrible.
disadvantage?
Yeah.
So that's another cup of coffee that
Um,
does not have whipped cream on it.
It's
Is
a
that
proper,
my
yeah,
understanding?
it's a proper cup, yeah. No cold foam this time.
Cold foam's different.
is
Whipped
this a
cream's
saving
fluffy.
throw?
Sorry?
Is this a saving throw?
Yeah.
A 10.
Alright.
I either had a 10 or a 28.
Alright, so this thing reaches forward and it pulls you in. Give me a constitution saving throw now. And here is what you're fighting. And that person in there, that's Tasling right now.
My God.
Oh.
So that's a 5.
A
That's a
5.
nat. Actually, the first one was a nat 1, and the second one's a nat 1.
Oh, you only had to make one roll for the con save.
Well, I
but-
meant for the strength save was a nat 1
Oh, yeah.
plus 9,
That's a shame.
and this is a nat 1.
Alright, so it closes in around you. You're now blinded, restrained, and unable to breathe, and you take 8 damage as the mass of the weight of itself begins to close in around you. And now everyone gets to roll initiative.
Yippee!
No, you're welcome.
I was just trying to make a nice breakfast for everyone, and Haslin had to go and stab it.
We ate, at least.
Yeah, we did. My initiative is 6.
That sucks.
Yeah, it
You
does.
know, these things happen. Wow.
Mine's 8. Don't feel
Jesus.
bad.
Lucky,
Mine's
Jesus.
7?
lucky
Fucking
for...
Christ.
Oh, wait, this thing has the... Nope, the auto roller is not set up on here.
Man, we're just all doing terribly
Wow.
today, aren't we?
I've rolled 3 different dice, and all 3 of them rolled 3 or less.
I've rolled like 7 nat 20s on fucking nature checks. I'm
Straight-
fucked.
Straight to jail. Straight
Yeah.
to jail.
Yeah. I mean, that is a thing, but it's fine.
Alright, so
No, boy.
Thorgar...
We just need a 6 and we'll have a royal flush.
Now here's the crazy thing. Avina, you gotta put in your number.
Oh, I have to put it in. I'm so sorry.
Yep,
Hang on.
Hurry up.
that's how the turn order works.
Put it in, put it in.
Is that what you said, your wife?
I just yelled it out, and I'm like, "Do you know a number?"
Do you know how to put it in? Okay, there you
I got it.
go.
I got it. Do you
I'm
know
a
how to put
child.
it in? That was funny. That's actually my line.
Oh,
That
man.
is my line. Go
Uh,
ahead.
Looks like
Feel
Rogar
bad for
is
you.
first.
What?
You're
Oh
first.
shit! Dude, I rolled a 13. I rolled a 13. All right. I'm gonna shoot it with my crossbow.
Okay.
Wait, what is it that we're needing to get from the shambling mound willingly?
It should be in your notes. Oh,
It's
Saltmarsh
Ten-
notes.
tendrils of a
Tendrils.
shambling mound.
Tendrils of a shambling mound. It needs to be given willingly.
No.
No, that's a different thing. And this is but we
I
also
don't
should
think-
get our friend back.
Yep.
I don't
so,
think it's willing to give it to us willingly.
yeah, so
I'm
I
gonna
don't
aim
think
for
it
the
is either.
face,
What's
the
the
mouth,
willingly
the
thing?
face mouth of it,
Oh,
John.
it's the treant mark given
again,
freely.
again, if you look in Saltmarsh notes, you can see what those are.
Yeah.
But let's go ahead and let Rogar do his turn now.
Sorry.
It's all
It
good.
says harvested, so we can kill it. Relax. All right, so I'm gonna shoot it in the face, away from obviously
What face?
Taslin. Like the mouth area. It's got a mouth.
Doesn't
Yeah,
have
I guess so.
I'm assuming the mouth is a face-ish, on the head-ish area.
All right, that's fair enough. I'll let you go for that area.
That is a 17.
17 does hit, and what is it you're hitting it with?
Crossbow.
Crossbow. Okay. All right. Well then.
So 1d8.
Yep. 1d8 plus 1, please.
That is a 9.
All right. Max damage.
Dope.
Anything else?
That is it.
Alrighty. Thorgar is going to 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. What is he again? Rogue.
Hold down.
He will do the stab twice.
He can't reach.
He might go invisible and go stabby stab.
He can't reach, so I think he's going to probably throw a dagger, I guess.
He would definitely throw something. That is in his works.
Let me get him a little closer. There, that's his full movement. And yeah, he'll throw a dagger. 1d20 plus 6. 17 does hit. 1d4 plus 4. 5 damage.
Nice.
You guys see that dagger hit it, and it just kind of like begins to morph around it and basically consumes that dagger into its mass. Avery, you're up.
Okay, I am going to 15, 20, 25, and I'm going to hit it with my longsword.
Go for it. Should be a +5 to the hit.
Does a 14 hit?
14 does not hit, no.
Ah, dang.
So, yeah. Anything else?
Yeah.
Alrighty. Well, then I guess that brings us to Lucia.
All right. I'm going to cast Magic Missile on
Okay.
it.
Give me 3d4 plus 3, please. At auto hits, so.
Yep. Plus 16.
Your max should be 15. You roll 3d4s, right?
Yes. And then it's plus,
3.
yeah.
So you got 4 4s?
I got a 5.
Can't do that. It's a D4.
Oh, 3d4. Never mind. Sorry, wrong dice. My brain went, Squirrel's 4.
That's all
You rolled
like
3d6s.
they look like
21.
They look like
Fine.
Yes.
Come on.
Die. 4, 9, 10, 13.
13.
Funny enough.
So
13.
2 4s and a 3?
Yeah.
Fair enough. Alright, so 13 damage. Alright, anything else? Nope.
I'm gonna move. No. Ah, I need to select it.
Alright.
Right, and then that's all.
Alright, Vina, you are up.
I am going to shoot it with my longbow, and that is a nat 20 plus 7.
Nice. So, Vina, longbow, nat 20, that means double everything. So, 2d8 plus 6, please.
Okay, so I got an 8 and a 2, 10 plus 6 is 16.
Alrighty, 16 damage, not a bad shot. Anything else?
No thanks.
No thanks. Alrighty. Taslin, you're up. You can use your action to use a strength saving throw to break out.
All right. Jesus Christ. That is a 12.
12. 12 does
12.
not break out. Do a con save.
God. Constitution. That's a 10.
Does not save. So that is gonna be rolled low. It's only gonna be 6 damage as the weight of the mass continues to crush you.
Oh, no.
That is unfortunate. Anything else you want to do?
There's not much I can do. No, I'm good.
Alrighty. And yes, the mound did in fact roll a 0 on initiative.
I didn't roll a 0 on initiative.
If he has a negative.
Yeah.
What?
It has a negative to its initiative, which it does. But it's going to be doing 2 slam attacks toward Avery, who is within reach. That is a 19 on the die, and then the second attack is a total of 16. I don't think the 16 hits.
The 16 does not hit, but the 19 does.
Alrighty. So big old plant-like fist comes, smashes down on you, and you take 13 damage.
Oh,
Damn.
Jesus Christ!
That brings us to Rogar.
I will chill touch it.
Chill touch. Okay. That's a direct line or a cone, or is that just?
I have to roll.
Okay.
That's
So,
a direct line though, from what I can.
yeah, it just hits the one creature. So,
Yeah.
Yeah. Direct
That
line.
is 21.
21 does hit. So you get to do 1d8 necrotic damage, and it can't regain hit points until the end of your turn. Yep.
That is 7.
7 damage, necrotic. Alrighty.
Oh wait, it's not another target. Never mind.
No extra bonus from that. It is technically a plant.
Mm-hmm.
So, anything else?
Good. I could tell that.
I think Taslin knows the best.
He's
Right.
getting a deep dive into what this creature is. Apparently,
5, 10,
he's got a real
This is-
hold on what it is.
25.
Wah wah wah.
All right, so looks
So
like
clever.
Thorgar moves in, and he's gonna do his two attacks, one main, one offhand. Both are gonna be. I'm not Thorgar. One with the main attack with the rapier, and the second attack with the short sword. So 2d20 plus 6. Well, 2d20. The 14 makes a 20, that hits, and then the 12 makes an 18, that hits as well. And he gets his sneak attack damage thanks to Avery nearby, so it's going to be 1d8 plus 1d6 plus 1d6 plus 4, because he only gets one modifier boost. And he does 17 damage with his 2 attacks. That's not bad.
Let's
Alright.
go.
How much health does this thing have?
A lot.
Good chunk. That brings
A lot.
us back to Avery. Avery, what would you like to do?
I am going to try and hit it again.
Go for it.
Oh, I like I already know the answer to this. But does a 5 get me any?
Oh, is that a nat 1?
No. I rolled no. I rolled a 3. I was doing.
Okay,
I rolled a 3.
so an 8 total. Yeah, 8 still misses, but yeah. Cool. Well, in that case, anything else? Is that it?
Don't they all have advantage?
For what? Why would they have advantage?
Because they're flanking?
Only
she
one
could.
person flanked.
They could move to flank, but technically no one's flanking as it is. Avery,
It's not.
I'm technically inside.
If you stand over here.
Oh, right. I forgot. Oh, I'm
Yeah.
sorry. I forgot you were inside.
Yeah. So if
Okay.
you stand there, here, let's do this.
My bad. My bad.
All right. Let me try that again.
Here, that'll help. Boom. I put you
There
where
you
the
go.
face was,
Oh,
because that's you.
thank God. Okay. Does a 22 hit?
Okay, 22 does hit. Go ahead and do your 1d8 plus 5.
8.
8 damage. Not bad.
Yeah.
Got 10 more of that.
Is that all? If that's it, then that brings us to Lucia.
I'm gonna copy Rogar and also cast Chill Touch.
Alright, go for it.
Dean, your camera.
My camera. What about it?
It was being. Oh, it had cut out for me. Like you were just. Audio.
Does
Sorry.
a 13 hit?
A 13 does not hit. No.
Ah, dang it.
Alright, anything else? Any bonus actions?
No.
Maybe one of them daggers I gave you.
You didn't give me one.
I did. I gave him up.
Oh.
Yeah. But she's also not standing right in front of it, so.
Yeah.
Avina, it is your turn.
Okay, I'm gonna hit it again with my longbow and 10 plus 7 to hit, so 17.
Does hit, yes.
Okay, awesome. And 1d8 plus 3, so I got 6 plus 3 is 9 damage.
Not bad.
And again, nothing else. Thanks.
The creature is now starting to show signs of damage. As you can see, chunks of its plant starting to wither. Taslin,
Pick him up.
strength save to break out.
That would be a 28.
All right, Taslin, you break
Nice.
out of it.
Finally.
That was your action. So go ahead and do your next thing.
That was my action.
Action break out.
Run away. Run away.
If you want.
Or flank. Or something.
I can't flank. I don't have any. There's nothing I can do.
You're a barbarian, right?
Other,
Mm,
yeah,
So there's like a bonus
that
action
was my
you
action.
could do if you want.
Bonus action. I could rage.
Do you want to rage?
Well, I do want to rage.
Unless you're feeling
I mean,
calm.
I
You're the
would
one
think
that broke
Unless
it.
you're
like
feeling calm and
barbarian
collected right now.
situation would
Yeah,
be
right.
super mad. So
Just being
Oh,
Yeah, unable to breathe for like a whole minute.
actually,
It was 12 seconds. So.
I can do a light melee.
No, you'd have to do an attack
No.
to do the light attack.
maybe just.
I was referring to rage.
Uh,
Because remember, you take half
oh.
damage when you rage. So it's at
Okay,
least
that's what I
something.
was thinking. So I am gonna rage.
Okay, so you're raging.
I'm raging.
Raging Cajun. Alright. Cool.
Rage and engage.
And your primal path is steps. Nothing happens right when you rage, right? You have to like do a thing.
Lucio, one more back and you're
No,
good.
there's nothing that happens.
Yeah, the dredge line is something you have to do. Okay, cool. All right, and nothing else. You're good.
Yeah, I'm good.
All right, with it being the Mound's turn, he's gonna do the first attack against Avery. That's only a 12, so I believe it misses.
Yeah.
So he's gonna use the second attack against you. He goes for you again, and this time that is a dirty 20. So Avery, you take a whopping amount of damage. You're gonna take 15 damage right off this one hit.
Jesus Christ, I am down.
So Avery is down, injured, unable to stand.
How dare you? That is utterly rude of you, sir.
That brings us to Rogar.
This is a disaster. Alright, I am going to. Ooh, I wish I could, but I can't. I'm going to chill touch again.
Alright, go for it.
Better than that, 20.
Alright, give me that 2d8 necrotic damage.
That is 14.
Okay. 14 damage, not bad at all. You see the plants start to darken. Let's hit with that. And that brings us to Thorgar. So, same as last time. Except this time he gets advantage, so 4d20. The first two is a 19 and 6, 19 hits, 12 and 9, the 12 plus his 5 is going to hit. So he's going to do his damage, just like last time, 1d8 plus 2d6 plus 4, and he does 11 damage this time. Alrighty, that brings us to Avery, who's down. Give me that death saving throw. You can either use the whisper feature in Roll20, which you just do \W and then start typing my name and it'll pop up, and then send the number to me, or just send it to me in the DM on Discord. Lucia, it's your turn. Might be a good time to show off something unique that you can do.
That is true. Or I can just go ahead and cast Healing Word on Avery.
Yeah, you can do the thing anyone can do. That's fine.
I mean,
I think
technically,
I'm
not
gonna do
anyone.
I,
You know.
No one here can do that.
Alright, yeah, just do your 1d4 plus 3, right? Or 4. Lucia. Yeah, 3. So 1d4 plus 3 for Avery's as you do Healing Word. And what word is healing Avery? What do you shout?
Um.
Oh,
Milk.
She shouts, she said it.
I did not. I was saying at the fact that I just rolled a 1.
Boo.
So Avery, you get 4 health.
Mend.
Oh, thank God I
You can hear mend.
So every time she has to do healing words, she has to say first.
Mend.
I think,
Magic
yeah.
milk
I
right
think that's
there.
how it is.
It's a bonus action though. Anything else, Lucia?
She got the magic
Yes,
milk.
actually. I'm
Okay.
then going to go ahead and move. And then I will cast what is it called? Burning Hands.
Ooh.
Okay, that has a
I
that's
remember the
cone, right?
Mm-hmm.
Hands.
Is it hold on.
15
I
foot.
had placed it. Yeah. Beforehand, and now I forgot where in
It's
the world.
one more to
that,
the left.
That one?
Yeah, there. Well, there.
Oh, I was gonna do that one.
Where
or
you're
no.
at is good.
That one.
You gotta move your token so I
Or-
can see where you're gonna do it.
Yeah, we're debating on. Yeah, there's good too. I'm gonna do it from right there. So
Just short of hitting them, huh?
it
Risk.
still gets them.
Yeah, risky, but yeah. All right, so that is a dex save.
Mhm.
That's a 3. So, give me that 3d6.
Absolutely.
Nope. Well, I'm sorry. You did a first level spell slot, and this is a first level spell slot. You did healing
Oh.
word. You don't get to do this.
I was waiting on that.
Yeah, see. So
I
then,
don't know if
instead
it's
of that, I'll
cantrip
just
or-
do acid splash.
Okay, yeah, you can do that. So now you gotta make a roll to attack for acid splash.
Acid splash is the bonus action.
No, but the healing word was.
Oh, the healing word's a bonus action. Shit.
Yeah, healing word is a bonus action.
How come I'm missing? I don't know.
Because you're a sorcerer. You got
Yeah,
daddy
true.
duties. Oh wait, choose a creature.
That
within
is a dirty
range.
20.
Target makes a dex save. I'm sorry, I was wrong. Dex save. So, dirty 20 would have hit anyway. So, but yeah, he rolled the 3 on the dex save. So give me 1d6 acid damage.
Is gonna be 6.
Oh, phew.
All right, 6 acid damage.
This
All
thing
right.
has
Look
so much
over at
health.
Lucy
Why
and
don't
just
you
be like,
die already?
That
I
brings
gave you
us-
some health.
That brings us back to Avina.
Taslin, why did you have to
I
poke
shoot it with my longbow. 15 plus 7 is 25.
15 plus 7.
And
hits.
8 plus 3 damage is 11.
11 damage. Not bad. It is looking really injured now. It's
it
But
is
it's-
still up.
but it is not dead. Yes, that is correct. Anything else?
Nope, that's it.
All right, Taslin, you're up.
I'm not flanking, am I?
You are with Thorgar.
Am I? Okay. So I'm gonna take my great axe as a 23 hit.
Yeah, 23 hits. Yep.
1d12 plus 4.
I thought the great axe is 2d6. Great axe, no, 1d12 plus 4. Yeah. I think I'm thinking of great.
That's gonna be 7.
7 damage. All right. Well. Oh, plus 2 from your rage.
Oh, 9.
So in that case, you did in fact kill it. Good thing you.
Oh, thank
Take
God.
that.
Good thing you were.
Take that, you damn bush.
Because he was next. Alright. I will immediately go to try and scrounge some tendrils from him.
All right. Do a nature. No, do survival.
You sure?
Yeah, because you're not. I feel like nature is like looking for it, and survival is
Yeah.
more like interacting with nature.
Alright, let's see, survival 18.
18. Yeah, yeah. You can cut off a handful of the tendrils.
Cool. I'll put them in my sack.
Okay.
Well, that
Hey,
wasn't the smartest
so-
move.
And The giant plant monstrosity just
I'd say so.
starts to almost meld into the ground as it begins to fall apart.
Would I be able to look through its body to see if there's anything in it? Because it absorbs stuff, right?
Yeah, there is a single dagger in there, and Thorgar is gonna
Right?
grab it because it was
Because it's
his.
Thorgar's
Because it's his.
There might have been an arrow in there or something.
uh,
Too.
but
Yeah,
whenever
can I
you
have-
you do move through some of the mass, and inside you find a couple skeletons, some of one of animal and one of a human. But we're gonna
Oh.
Can we
go
tell what kind of animal it is?
it was a rabbit.
Okay.
And is it an actual human?
Humanoid.
don't
I mean, it's a
or
humanoid skeleton.
don't
It's a humanoid skeleton.
do. Wait, do, do or do some like potions and stuff require like human skeletons
I have
and
no
stuff?
idea what you're saying. What was the
Yeah, no,
question?
but
What?
I'm mostly talking to myself. I'm sorry.
Okay, cool. I don't think any
I'm
of us
like
understood
mumbling to
it.
myself. My bad.
Is anyone okay?
Got very high pitched.
So yeah, so there you go. You guys survived your fight with the shambling mound. Got your tendrils, and yeah. So what more would you guys like to do here?
I am going to uh I am going to use lay on hand to give myself 9 of my lay on hand points because Jesus Christ.
before she does that, I'm gonna hand her my health potion.
Oh, you don't.
Yeah.
You don't have to do that. I have my own health potion. You should keep that.
Save your spell slots.
You should probably say, well, lay on hands isn't a spell slot, but she should probably save her lay on hands for later.
I mean, if you want to give me your health potion, I don't mind
I
taking it. But
I just suggest if you have a health potion, use the health potion before you use the lay on hands. We have the whole rest of the day left. This is only
yeah,
midday.
yeah. It's only about 11 o'clock. So, um, I would say though, at
oh,
this point, you guys have been in the marsh long enough that as you guys have been like interacting with moss and the wet ground and the parts that are more wet than others, you've been getting little tips and such from Avina along the way, and so you guys now have no hindrances from being in the swampland area.
Mm, okay.
all right. So I
All
guess
right.
I'm gonna use my health potion then.
Okay, you get 10 HP from that.
Oh my God! Thank you. I needed those desperately.
Avina is a ranger, and their preference terrain is swamp. And so once you guys spend an hour in here as a party, they can give you basically no hindrances where you understand the terrain, so you don't get difficult terrain from things like that. You can spot
Dope.
traps normally without disadvantage. Um, just things like that.
Fucking
Ta-da!
yeah.
All right.
Well, anyway, I'm gonna clean myself up and sit Heskin down. Give Heskin some lunch.
How's
I'm
Taslin's
gonna.
feeling mentally?
Well, how's Heskin feeling mentally?
No,
I
Taslin,
know.
who got
Oh,
the
Tassel.
giant plant hug.
Mhm.
I'm
Oh yeah. I guess I'll throw him a fucking health potion. Cause homie,
Stazla needs it.
homie borderline did the dying.
Oh, he borderline did the I
She died.
And you just took a health potion. I'm just saying, like
You guys
I
had two, so
offered you.
you guys had two left. So,
Yeah.
Mhm.
so,
I am
so,
going to
okay.
turn to Lucia and with a kind of smirk on my face go, thanks for help healing me a little bit. I was almost ground beef there.
Not you too.
I'll look over and just be like, nice.
I mean, you would have ended up turning into aged beef, so
How much do I get from
Gross.
that health potion? 10?
Yeah, you get the
Mhm.
full 10. Um,
Okay.
where where are you guys gonna store the extra cooked meat?
So I would say on the ship.
All right, yeah, the ship's not too far, so you guys
Yeah.
can make your way back to the ship and store it on there. There is that uh, dresser slash bookshelf type thing in the back. So yeah, you can put it there. And so now the question is, what do you guys want to do? Are you guys going to look for um, the lizard folks, or are you going to follow the tracks?
I think
Would
we.
I have seen any lizard folk footprints or anything while during this whole adventure in the fucking
You can
marsh
always look
so
specifically
far?
for it, especially
Yeah,
now
I'll
that,
look specifically for it.
especially now that you're better with the terrain.
Yeah. So do we get advantage on that? Is that what you were saying or no?
You know, you just don't have disadvantage.
Okay.
Earlier y'all were hunting, you hunted together, so instead of disadvantage, I just did the help action for you.
Normal. Okay.
Um,
Okay, so yeah, I would look for lizard folk and footprints and all that. Like anything
okay, yeah,
that would notify it.
go ahead and roll survival. We're doing a whole bunch of survivals right now.
I'm killing
And
these survival checks, bro.
survival is what it is.
18.
18. Yeah, you find it takes you a little bit, but eventually you find a spot where it looks like they stopped covering tracks behind them, and you start seeing the three-toed lizard folk type of
Foot-
footprints
Okay.
walking we- westward.
West.
West. Yeah,
Alright, so
it's like
I would
south.
know that the lizard folk are like southwest.
Yeah.
And then I would say what the elf or the humanoid footprint and the cat footprint are what, northeast?
Yeah. Oh no, they're more like northwest. So
Northwest? Okay. Alright, well I will let them know. Just bring it to the party and be like, hey, listen. So, our main mission, the lizard folk, which Lucia had a little run in with and caught the name of,
Very
thank God.
nice.
So that mission, I can tell that the footprints are leading southwest, south by southwest. If anybody gets that reference, if not,
Yes.
but anyway,
Funny.
but
Festival in
so
Texas. Got it.
they're leading south by southwest, and then the humanoid footprints with the cat footprints that could possibly be one of the men we're looking for is like a northwest-ish. We found those while we were hunting, me and Taslin, so I'll leave it up to the group as to what we would like to do exactly.
Well, we know the lizardfolk have weapons. We don't know exactly how many weapons they've acquired, but I would think we have a little bit more of a good reputation with them. And then the bounty we're tracking, we have no clue besides it has animals and uses animals to steal things.
No, we do
We're a
have a
little,
speak with
we're a little
animal potion.
banged up. Yeah, but the secret animal, the speak with animal potion, like, what's that gonna get us?
That's going to get
All
us
that.
Well,
understanding what they're saying.
Look, I
no, we
have.
could speak to like the nearby. We could speak to like the like I'm sure there's critters
You
running around.
probably won't gonna want to give that to me.
I don't think I will.
I have ideas.
I do not think I will hand that over.
Look,
I'm actually not sure.
let me
'Cause
let me at least tell you my ideas.
I
Okay.
Is that fair? Is that fair enough
Yeah,
for you?
let's hear 'em.
Go ahead.
So I have charm person locked, cocked, and ready to rock. And I can only, charm a person if I speak that language.
That is true, but from personal experience, it backfires.
Maybe for you.
No, it backfires. Once the effect is gone,
Doesn't the spell specify that it has to be a person and it's not an animal? Also, how would you what? How, like,
even so, after it wears
It
off,
does
they kind of turn
say humanoid.
hostile.
It'll say humanoid. True. No,
Yeah.
you casted friend, not charm person. What are you talking about?
Did I?
Yes.
That was a
Yeah.
couple sessions ago.
Yeah,
You casted friend.
Oh, true.
That's a bit of a difference.
And you know how that one goes.
I would make sure
This lasts
that
1 hour.
I
But it does.
maybe
But touche, Avery. That was a good peep because it does say humanoid. So
maybe just wondering, maybe we should know where we are first, because currently we are in a position to where even our resident of the swamps has no clue
I'm not saying
where we are.
I'm not saying somebody drinks to speak with animals right now. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying we should figure out which route everybody's wants to take.
Mhm.
Do we go northwest? Do we go southwest? Like, I'm leaving it up for a vote. Like, I would prefer everybody be on the same page.
it doesn't really matter to me. I was, if you don't mind, going to walk behind you if you have Heskin on your back, and try and teach them some tips with their new dagger.
Let me give you.
Right now, Hiskin is in battle mode, so he is on my back.
There's this. Alright, so giving you guys.
Well, actually, technically, right now, Heskin is. I would have taken him out, and he's hanging out by the fire.
But you're feeding him lunch.
Eating lunch. So
I was. Avery was asking if it was like, if it was okay for like on the way for them to give Heskin, if they can really understand a few tips on how to like hold their dagger and how to properly use it so that they don't hurt themselves.
I would say let's go for the bounty.
Avery, yes, Avery, he takes well to you. So I would say if you have experience with daggers and all that, then have at it.
So my
I'm
thought about which
won't
way
bother
we
you.
should go is that we should go southwest toward the lizard folk, because if we go northwest first and get the elf guy, then we have to take him with us into our battle with the lizard folk, which sounds
Yeah,
heinous.
that is a good point.
I like that point. I say we go towards the lizard folk.
All right. Well, listen. Who here is banged up? Who here doesn't feel so hot? Because before we go, I hope we don't get into a fight with the lizard folk. Because hopefully Lucia kind of like made a good impression. From what it seems, Lucia made a good impression, right, Lucia?
I believe so, as long as somebody doesn't run in with a spear.
Why are you looking at me?
Maybe
I don't
because
know.
you run into shit.
This has been
Nobody
very
was taking.
common.
Nobody else was taking a look at that bush.
You didn't have to poke it with a spear.
How else we were gonna get the tendricles?
Maybe killing it from a distance?
Yeah, we
Surprise,
killed
set
it.
you on fire.
Look, we live, we learn. Hey, we live, we learn. We're all out here trying to live our lives.
We could have used the makeshift hook and ran.
We totally
The
could have.
makeshift hook.
I could have used my makeshift fishing rod, you know.
Could have, would have, should have. We killed it. We
Exactly.
got what we needed. We move on to the next mission.
I nearly died.
So did I.
So,
You're a little bit
How-
closer than me, but
how are we planning on? Are we just going to go ahead and start making our way there while we have sunlight, or
making our way.
I like making my way downtown, walking fast.
Walking
You know,
maybe we can take a little bit more of
Yeah,
a
like that.
diplomatic approach instead of the gun ho kill everything in sight, which I too have fallen victim to, I will say. It was very fun.
look, I'm always up for a challenge, but also, if we could talk our way into this,
Because
then I say we do that. Because
all
then,
we have to do is just make sure that the town is going to be safe, right? The mayor didn't say anything about killing the lizard folk.
I mean, he did. He said he would want his head.
I'm pretty sure the mayor
Or-
Well, we-
specified that either a peace treaty or a removal.
Yes,
Either
he wants
or.
his head or a peace treaty.
And maybe
Yes.
we should go talk to the lizard folk, get their side of the story. Maybe we can discuss a peace treaty with them.
That's
And
Yeah,
what I'm saying.
Or we could kill them.
I'm down for
Uh,
either,
for-
but seeing as Heskin has had a little bit of a too much killing around him, I'd say let's maybe go for the peace treaty first, and then we
Let's
can
try
kill him
that
after
first.
if we
Yeah,
want
I
to.
agree. I agree.
Yeah, we should at least try the peace treaty. I really don't like unnecessary death.
What? You don't want to raise a murder hobo?
No,
I mean-
no one wants to raise a murder hobo.
Speak for yourself.
What's
Uh,
wrong with somebody choosing that path? But
Maybe it's not
I
a
do
murder
think-
hobo. Maybe it's a self-defense hobo.
Okay.
Exactly.
All right.
100. It's self-defense.
All 322 victims.
Let's go, lizard folk.
Yes, but I don't think I want to make sure, Tazlin, you do understand. We're not grabbing our weapon first.
It's like
Also,
I'm gonna wink. I'm just gonna wink at her and be like, "Okay."
I'm also going to bring
I'm being
the
serious this time. This
Well,
isn't a pleasing Avery thing. This is I'm serious.
she's serious.
Hey, I don't need to grab my weapon every time.
Are we trying
But
to
we can go
gentle
and we
parent
can talk to
this
them.
all?
No breath weapon either.
When have you seen me use my breath weapon?
I haven't yet, but I know a lot
Okay.
of Dragonborn do have a breath weapon, so don't make me put something around your muzzle.
I just
Threaten me with a good time. Let's just go and talk to them.
That's racist.
I just see Tazlin. We're not grabbing our weapon first.
As he grabs his great axe.
So
Yeah,
wink,
just
wink. I
gentle
get you,
parent
Lucia. This
adult
is
dragonborn.
we're doing the plan again. Yeah, the plan. Wink,
The
wink.
plan.
Just like on the
Look.
ship, the plan.
Some of us are banged up,
Plan,
okay?
right,
Okay, I need to get
that's
this
what
across.
Cusco-
Do you guys want to fucking
plan
go
is
in
specifically
half
to
health?
kill Cusco.
Some of us are
Cusco's
banged up.
plan.
Yes, that's what I'm
Yes.
saying. We're not.
Is there anything anybody could do to possibly, I don't know, make us less banged up?
I've already done what I can.
So, if it's not obvious, the orange circle is where your boat and campsite is. The red lines is what takes you to the footprints that lead toward the humanoid and paws. And then the green line are your lizard folk footprints.
I say we head to the lizard folk and let's try to talk to them.
Yeah.
Yes.
Be
Sounds like a good
diplomatic.
plan to me.
Just
Because
for
I'm
it.
gonna look over at
out there,
Taslin and just give a nice
maybe
wink.
since I was the one, maybe we might be able to find the same lizard folk, and maybe I could start talking, and then maybe we could also have Avery and Avina talking and such.
Fine. We'll try it. We'll try it. How? Yes.
I'm alright with
Great.
that.
Great.
Just, the people with the less murder hobo mentality a bit.
I didn't not murder hobo.
It's self-defense,
I didn't kill
hobo.
anybody. I was agreeing with you.
Yes, you are. Also, it keeps your child out of danger if you're further back.
And
All right. So it sounds like we all agree on going to the lizard people,
Hmm?
talking to them, getting their side of the story, and seeing what happens from there.
Yes.
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 Right.
Who knows where the tracks are?
It's the little green dots that are on
They're
that
marked
map.
in green if you look at your map.
I do.
Yeah, the map
So-
that all of us have in character. Yeah.
Well,
Yeah,
to
exactly.
be
I know where the
fair,
green dots
to
are.
be fair,
Yeah.
Rogar does have a crude map, and I imagine he would
Yeah.
have drawn on it. So
Yeah.
May I see the map if that's all right?
The makeshift map.
Just
The
so we can all
makeshift map.
start walking in the
Map
direction.
the map.
I would have
Well, we can
marked
follow the
off
footprints.
before doing anything. I'm gonna mark off the area in which we docked our ship.
Okay.
fair enough.
Could you mark it with an orange sort of
Circle?
oval? Yeah.
Maybe an orange circle.
Okay. All right.
We'll
I'm
use
also
green
going
for the
to-
lizards.
I'm going
And
to
red
mark
for
off-
the small footprints.
Perfect.
I'm going to mark off where we docked our boat. The area in which I found the footprints for the what's it called? The humanoid and the big cat paw Johns.
Yeah.
And
good.
I will mark off the area in which I started finding the lizard folk. And I will
Okay.
also mark off the area in which Taslin decided to say, "Hey, what's this?" and poke it with a spear. So
Yeah. Yeah. Good
I will
call.
mark off all of those on this somewhat crudely drawn map.
Even though you got like a 20
I just-
on it.
I just assume he takes a black pen and circles and then writes orange. All right.
So we have our gist.
Yeah, that's great.
So-
Let's go. Let's go,
Sure.
adventurers.
All walking towards the lizards.
Alright.
Sounds like we have a plan.
Because they're green.
Are they? What color was the lizard? I don't think we even saw the color of his scales. It was at nighttime.
It was at nighttime.
You would have seen his
Uh,
face at least. I guess technically.
I
I
saw his
assuming-
pseudo dragon.
I
I'm
feel
assuming green.
that I would have seen a lizard folk before because
you guys
I've
all,
lived in this
you guys
swamp.
all saw Lizard Folk. He was on the ship trying to get his
Yeah.
weapons. And
Well, that was me, and
but I mean, the Lizard Folk walked past and even talked to Avery or Lucia.
no,
Mhm.
that's what I was saying. Like
Yeah,
you
so
would
you
have at
guys-
least saw his face.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you saw him. You even got his name. Remember?
Yeah,
Exactly.
And it's
I do
not-
remember
Yes.
that,
Yeah.
but I didn't remember if like we specified what color he was.
Oh, he's green.
You-
Okay.
Lizard folks are typically green. Yeah, his name is Anumi, and his little pet pseudo dragon is Bims.
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 That's the one I remember.
Bims and
Bims-
Anumi.
Bims on a whim.
Bims.
All right.
All right.
Let's,
like
Alright, so we're
let's head
going to the
out.
lizard.
I said we should probably put out the fire first. Pack up
Yeah.
everything that we have
Yeah.
here. I already put the spare deer meat on to the ship.
Okay.
Yeah, and I got back like all my cook tools and stuff like that. Cook utensils.
I'm guessing you guys kept some stuff on you for like rations and whatnot.
Yeah, I would have
Yeah.
kept. I would have kept like a couple days worth of rations. Just
I'm
for
gonna pick up
sure.
some twigs that I see lying around.
Okay, yeah, that's fair. You can pick up some twigs.
Some things
Uh,
I need.
Aslan, are you going to put the pelt on the ship or are you taking it with you?
I have it on me.
Also,
Okay.
is there anything that possibly maybe Avina or not Avina, but Lucia can do with the pelt? Maybe we should ask.
Well, yeah, I was
No,
going
I
to
think
ask
you.
that,
I don't know if
but
it's
like I said, I
just.
figured that you two would get first dibs since you killed the animal.
Yeah, but if she can make something out of it. I mean, I
I mean,
know
I would know
she
how
can
to.
weave clothing and stuff, but
I mean, it
if
is something I'm
Lucia,
very proficient in.
yeah, if
Yeah.
Lucia
I
can
mean, if
possibly
Avina
make
Well,
or
it
clothing,
doesn't help.
Lucia, if
I
Avina
mean,
or Lucia has an idea for this pelt, I will gladly give it to them.
I mean,
Are
when
you wanting something to protect more? Are you wanting something for Halsen? For
I have no idea. I'm just holding on to this thing. I mean, worst case scenario, I sell it for some gold, try to get some gold out of it.
I don't know who
I
Halsey
mean,
is.
you need to make it into a proper hide, or it'll just start rotting.
yes, I agree. Wow, this is
Yeah.
the second time today I've agreed with Lucia.
Hmm.
You say that
I
like
believe you mean
you,
Madam Lucia.
you say that
Oh,
like
thank you again for correcting me.
you
Yes,
say that like
excellent.
you hate her. Oh my god, I'm
Um,
agreeing with this lady.
I don't
It's
hate her. I just
well,
am
Well,
surprised. I'm surprised that I agree with her. I'm just
I
surprised.
don't
It's
hate her. She's
fine.
just like a least
Everything's
favorite.
fine.
She's just.
well, if we're able to find some nuts should have cannons in them, and we can use that.
I think we got about 6.
I think we
Six
should
Yeah,
just
nuts.
well, 8
continue.
technically.
Usually I use urine. How do you feel about that?
to
Are you trying to cure the leather?
The leather, yeah.
I mean, it's gonna take time. So I mean, I don't know if
Yeah.
you guys want to set it up
I
on the boat or.
Yeah, I think we set it on
yeah,
the
let's
boat. Like we set it here on the
I'm
boat.
gonna hand the pelt over to Avina so she can do whatever she needs, pee on it or whatever she wants to do.
Can you please collect your urine? I need more than what I have.
Oh, I'll be like,
I
hey, I'll
think
just hand over Heskin.
Avina will be
He's
will
got to
deal
go.
with this for you.
Lucia? Madam Lucia? Not
Why are you
Madam?
calling
No.
me madam?
Is it not your
In
title?
here.
So confused.
I think she's just
Oh.
Lucia.
She
Just
is totally
Lucia?
Madam Lucia. Nope,
I'm
Honor,
just Lucia.
with a
if you
Madam.
say so, madam, that is what we will call you. Just Lucia.
My bad, madam. I'll stop calling you madam, madam.
I will die on this stage.
All I'll say is that I do not touch fabrics nor hides that have been doused in urine for curing. So
Excellent.
that's your specialty.
Does anybody
Okay.
know of any other ways to cure?
Yeah, I said nuts. There's tannins in nuts. If you
You
boil
can.
them and you get the tannins out.
You can. How many?
Okay,
We only have 6 nuts, though, is what I was informed.
8
Or
technically.
currently, what you could do is all you need to do right now is strip the hide of any meat attached to it so you don't have anything rotting. Use salt with salt water, rub it and soak it in that so it's killing off any sort of thing and leave it in the sunlight to help bleach it. And then you stretch it out and use a knife or a dagger to then take off that first layer. But again, what would I know?
Like the P option.
I think the pee option. Oh yes, obviously, urinating on it is a great way.
It's the
Hmm.
fastest way, honestly.
Mm.
Fine. And are you going to use it for a tent or for a blanket?
Whatever you guys want to use it for.
Anyway. So we're
Anyway,
leaving, right?
yeah, let's go.
Yeah, I'm waiting on you guys to tell me.
Lucia just starts walking towards where she's like, Taslin, you coming along?
Who's
Oh, I'm coming.
who's
I'll-
gonna be in the front looking at
I'll-
the
I'll lead the
footsteps?
way
Okay.
since I found the footsteps originally.
Okay.
We'll pull up the rear.
I'll be
Uh,
behind Rogar and Heskin since I'm assuming Heskin is in battle mode. And like while we're walking, I'll start like teaching them like how to hold the dagger and how to like just basic.
Battle
Basic
mode.
dagger instructions.
Roll
that
use your intelligence modifier, but roll an intelligence modifier. Intelligence check.
Avery? Or
Avery.
me?
Yeah, Avery, because she's teaching.
Okay.
I don't have an intelligence modifier.
Then it's a flat roll.
I don't think anybody has an intelligence modifier. Oh wait, yeah.
Does
Never
a
mind.
10
It's
get me
under
anything?
saving throws.
A 10. Roll. Can you roll for Heskin?
Yeah.
Flat roll, I'm guessing.
I would just assume it's a 19.
All right. You're able to teach him a couple things about a dagger, and he's able to retain it. It's not enough for him to be proficient with a dagger, but it's definitely a start.
Okay, so he won't like accidentally injure himself with the bone dagger.
Pretty much. Um,
Okay, cool.
like he'll at least know how to like hold it, but he won't really know like how to
How to
like
How to
use
use
it.
yeah,
it.
how to use it. He just knows it's dangerous and how to hold it and keep it from hurting himself. All right, go ahead and roll a survival check to follow the footsteps for, we're gonna say about 2 hours.
Just Rogar.
Yeah, just Roger. He's the one doing it. So
Okay.
18.
18. All right. So for about 2 hours, you're following along with the footsteps, and then you see it turn, and kind of you lose track with it as you guys reach a river that is flowing. It looks like it's flowing into the sea at this point. It looks like you've reached a point where the river and the sea meet, and the river is flowing out into the sea. Across the way, you see a little bit more of the marshland, but it's obviously not anywhere near as big of a mass of land as where you are.
Okay. All right. Well, I will inform everybody else of that, and then
Excellent.
I will ask if anybody else has any ideas. We technically lost the track of the footprints,
Um,
and
looking at the river, you can tell that it is. Where is it? Where are my rivers?
So where are we at? Like right here?
yeah, that's what I would say. Kind of like
Oh, I wasn't looking. Hold on. Where are my river options?
this area.
Mhm.
I'm gonna have to start separating my notes. I can't find stuff now because there's so much nonsense.
Yeah, originally I
Team
thought the
got too
lizard folk
big.
It's just
you
like
said
one.
was
It's
gonna
just
be
like a
those
one
around here.
page of like all my different things. like, oh, there it is. I found it. Okay. Let me. This is why I couldn't find it. There we go. All right. So you can. The river is 60 feet wide, but you can see that it's only about 15 feet deep. There, the side that you're on has like a soft, gradual decline into the depth, where there's no actual drop off. It's a nice thing, but it is quite a wide river that you're standing at. And yeah, you are about right. Oh, you're pretty much at the end of those markings. So
Okay. All right. I would suggest we cross the river with caution. I can personally.
Well, should we cross the river or follow the river? Because usually settlements will, like villages or camps, or will be near a river because it's
True,
easy to market.
and I'm not saying we. I'm just saying we may want to cross the river to see if we can pick up tracks again. Because we
I
typically
mean,
will lose tracks in a river or by a river.
Yeah, because it could be a human village rather than a lizard folk village. And so then we would want to pick up the tracks on the other side of the river, right?
Exactly.
To follow the lizard folk rather than bothering these poor humans who live in the marsh.
well, well, we can cross and see, and if not, we can follow the river.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. That sounds
yeah,
great. Let's do that.
exactly.
Yeah.
Perfect.
okay, so you're crossing the river.
Yes, I will keep Heskin on my back as I swim across the river.
Okay.
I will go
Don't need to
first.
drown the baby.
That's exactly why I put him on my back.
Yeah, I know.
So, all right. So,
You don't need to drown
for
the baby.
first, what it's you guys have a swim speed, so it's okay. It
I
takes
have, yeah, I have a
takes a
swim
little
speed.
bit. Yeah, if you have a swim speed, good. If you don't have a swim speed, it'll just be a different thing. But so Rogar goes first, which you get across safely, just fine. Who went second? Avery.
Me, because I was behind them teaching
All right.
Heskin.
I want
You
to make it known that I swim across the river and already being in the waters, that I already know there's fucking shit out there, so I will swim across the river and immediately stand guard,
all right?
prepping my crossbow.
Okay. Yeah.
Avery, you get across fine. Who's next?
I'll
I
go
get what?
next.
I said you get across fine.
Oh, okay.
All
Sorry.
right. Lucia's going. Lucia, you get across just fine. We'll say
I'll-
Thorgar is going to go next. I believe Thorgar does not have a swim speed. No.
No, we figured that out.
So since you're standing guard, you see as Thorgar is starting to cross the river, a pack of these, a little pack of fish start quickly swimming up towards him.
All right. I will
Quick,
throw my
makeshift
makeshift throw my makeshift fucking rod into the water. No.
I thought you ready the bow. You said.
What's up? Yeah, I did ready a bow. So
Okay.
I will. So they're swimming. Like I can tell they're directly swimming
Oh yeah,
towards
they're
him, right?
swimming very quickly towards him.
All right. So I will fucking shoot.
Okay, go ahead and roll for that. Do an attack roll.
Okay. That is dirty 20.
Okay. You manage to pierce some of the fish, causing the rest of the pack to kind of turn around for a second. And Thorgar completely crosses without any more issues.
Dope.
Who's next? Taslin, I think? Or
Did Lucia already go?
Yeah, I already
I
did.
think it's just
Okay,
Taslin.
yeah, I'll go next.
It's Taslin and Avina.
Avina
Yeah.
said she was taking up the rear, so I'll go next.
Alright, you don't have a swim speed till 3rd level, right?
Correct.
Alright. Once again, the pack of fish start making their way toward Taslin as he's crossing.
We'll shoot once again.
Go for it.
Oh.
16?
You manage to hit one of them, and they turn around. Once again, he gets across fine. And
In
last,
Draconic, I'm gonna say, really nice shots.
Thank you.
um,
In Draconic.
finally, we have Avina. Go ahead. You don't have a swim speed either.
Wait, was that
And-
Lucia that speaks Draconic?
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh.
Ooh.
You get distracted as she does that, and then Avina crosses. But luckily,
Goddamn.
nothing else happens, and Avina gets across just fine.
Oh
Cool.
me, oh my! Someone
No, future
surprise.
future plans are popping in my head later. Hopefully.
There's actually a couple people that speak.
Is there a
Draconic.
bedroom in those future plans?
No.
No.
Fuck no.
I mean, if that's where the game wants to go, then
No. I will respectfully turn you down on each and every.
I don't think you can say respectfully. This is a really harsh no.
Yeah.
No.
With all due respect.
That was kind of like a fuck you, no. Yeah.
Get my tag.
I don't think you understand what comes with that territory, so no. That's why it's a really quick no.
I was thinking battles later on, not bedroom.
Yeah, that's I think battles.
I was thinking battles in the bedroom.
No.
I mean,
No.
I just made one joke and they got real insulting real fast.
Tazzin's gonna go over, wander all sad, and then
Oh my gosh, shivers.
Oh man.
All right,
So
so
you guys
with all right,
get across the river just fine. Nice little.
so what are we? Are we like around this area?
Yeah,
Is that where we're at?
you're about right there.
Okay.
Right
All
on
right.
the line of the hexagon.
Okay. Cool. All right.
And so,
I will look around for footprints. Once everybody gets back, I will once again look around for footprints.
All right, do a survival check.
That is. Ooh, that's a 15.
A
That's
what?
my low one. That's my
Oh,
low one.
I'm
That's
sorry.
a
What'd you say?
15.
A 15. With
Yeah.
15, the footprints are almost right after the water. There's no longer any effort being put into hiding these footprints, and they are heading northeast from where you are, almost like they're going toward the sea.
Okay.
oh
All
boy.
right.
Um,
So I
How many
will
pairs of
inform everybody
footprints
once
are there?
again, and just be like, "Hey, this is around where they're going. Seems to be heading towards the sea."
Hmm.
Back towards the sea. Well, that might make a bit of sense.
I mean, they could be going to a settlement or a port where they've settled,
It could be.
uh,
or it could be a trap.
about 30 minutes into following the traps, suddenly the tracks are just gone. It's almost like they have been dusted away, once again being hidden.
Okay, so I will look around one for any traps.
Okay, yeah, you can
Two.
do a survival check for traps. You guys have basically been following along the river, and you're at a point where you can actually hear the water clashing into the seawater, where it kind of pushes back and forth,
Okay.
where the water's swishing. The smell of
Can we?
salt from the sea is starting to permeate the air once again.
We can't see the sea though.
No, because you're still on the riverside, and
Okay.
there's still like a good maybe half a
Few
mile.
100 feet or
Yeah,
whatever.
probably like half a mile of land
Okay.
before the other side. But while you're checking for traps, who else is doing what?
I'm gonna be just looking out, making sure that there isn't anything coming our way.
Okay. Do a perception roll. Anyone else doing anything else?
No, I guess I've just
Ooh,
been
nat 20.
Sorry, go ahead and repeat that.
sorry. I guess I've just been mostly keeping Heskin entertained for the most part, and trying to throw in nuggets of knowledge in there occasionally.
Alright, nice. Alright,
I'm
go ahead, Tyson.
Tazzin's gonna be looking for any signs of like disturbed trees or like any signs of which way they would be going
Alright,
other
you
than footprints.
do a perception check. And, Avina?
Vina is gonna have her head on a swivel just to make sure that they didn't leave a rear guard behind.
Okay, fair enough.
Tazlin rolled a 21.
All right. With a nat 20 from Lucia, Lucia, you see a section where it looks like an unnatural mound has been formed, but it just seems to be a mound that makes like this type of hill on the peninsula of this chunk of the marsh. With a 21, you would see that same mound, but you would realize that it's definitely not naturally formed in any way.
I'm going to push Taslin to the other side so he doesn't go and stab it with a spear.
You're gonna have to walk over to it. It's probably about
Do a strength check.
It's probably about 100, 150 feet away from you.
I'm just gonna gently guide Taslin over, be like, doesn't know what I'm doing. I'm just like, go over there, yeah, right over there. So now you have to get through people.
How'd the trap check go?
The what check?
Sorry.
Trap check.
That is, and that was
Rogar's checking for
was that
traps.
survival?
Yeah, it'll be survival as well.
16.
All right. Loaded dice. But
Dude, I'm killing it. I don't
I know.
know how, bro.
Can you
Like,
send me a link to those dice?
yeah, dude, I'm using my black dice. Like I don't know what the fuck's going on.
How
Dude,
long
team
did you
knows
put them in holy
I
water?
don't fucking do this. This is very rare for me. I rolled like 7 fucking nat 20s. This is ridiculous.
yeah, so you're just gonna go to alwaysrollhigh.com and just buy them.
Be careful with
You're
that
just gonna
because
put them in the
if you
microwave.
go to the one on the foot with the leaf attached to it, like that's a different story. But anyway, while all this is going on, I'm going to look at fucking
Yeah, so you're looking for traps.
Avena.
You do
I'm
see. I would say that you're looking for traps, right? So, with
Yeah.
a 16, you do find a couple of snare traps that have been set up in the area and kind of hidden with leaves and mud.
Okay. All right. I will look to Avena and be like, "Hey, you know any way to disarm these traps,
Yes.
or at
Yes,
least
we do.
like generally we know at least to stay away from these areas." But also, I got like a question for you.
Okay.
What's green, red, and bumps into walls?
What's green, red, and bumps into walls?
Yeah,
I don't know. I don't know.
a goblin with forks in its eyes. High four to fucking skin on my back.
All right. It's good.
Would I have heard that since I'm like since I've been entertaining Henskin?
Yeah, I would definitely say you heard that one.
Avery will just kind of will snort before she catches herself and and tries to cover it up.
Huzzah.
Don't high for that, ask. Oh man. All right. But yeah, two of y'all were gonna start walking toward the mound.
No.
We will. we
Again,
will.
say.
Oh no, she put a kibosh on that. She won't let me near the mound.
I'm gonna again say to Connor, be like, we have another suspicious landform, and I don't think that Taslin should be the first to go over there.
It
Should
worked
we
well
throw
last
a
time.
rock at it first?
I mean, I got a spear I can go stick in.
No. Have you not learned your lesson?
No, he hasn't. He never does. Is anybody?
Jeez. All right, I won't stick my spear.
Avena,
Yes.
are you good with like detecting if things are alive in these lands? Like the weird grass piles.
Survival checks.
For survival checks, yes.
Why is this not showing up?
How
What do you
good
think?
are you at?
It wasn't a real website. That's why, Taslin.
How? I'm going to assume that you're also quite quick on your feet in these lands, correct?
Yes. Yes.
Would
But now you are
mind?
too, right? I mean, okay, but go ahead. Yeah.
Well, you have years of. Why put a novice up against an expert?
Clearly. How can I assist?
Would you mind checking out the mound over there?
Ah, yes. You mean the lizard mound over there? Because do I know, Dean? Do
Is
I
it a
already
lizard
know?
How do you know it's a
I
lizard
don't.
man?
I don't think you would know.
You don't think I would know? Okay.
What,
All right.
do you often travel to lizard folk lairs? Is like that like a thing you did?
Don't I just like go around the marshes and don't
Is that your
lizards,
forte?
like,
It
live
is.
in the
I
whole
mean,
marsh?
just because you go around the marshes doesn't mean. I mean, lizard folks aren't just like everywhere. They're not anthills. You know, there's
That's good
select.
to know
They're like select
for like
locations.
you. Yeah,
So
okay. All right. I'll just do my survival roll then, which is 21. So
So yeah, you notice that this hill is It seems to have been built out of mud and maybe even some clay to form it to lift. And it's likely hiding something on the other side that is faced toward the river.
So we could all sneak around it in order to see what's on the other side facing toward the river together.
If you go, yeah, I mean, if you go up to it, I mean, the mound it like covers the area. You'll have to like go like it's like a big way around it to stay on the level ground.
How far is a big way? Is it like a mile, more than a mile? Is it like
Well,
50
there's only
feet?
half a mile of a strip, and you'd pretty much have to go to the sea coastline to get across. It was lifted, like the land itself was like lifted into this like 20-foot high mound that almost looks like from the back end it might actually look a little bit like a hill, just like a hill because of how big it is.
Right. So it is humanoid constructed.
Yes.
Mm.
Just checking that it's not a very, very large vine monster that wants to swallow our spear friend again.
No,
No,
no.
it's
It's a mound. Yeah.
it's just not
Yeah.
normal for a marsh to have a mountain like
Yeah.
this.
No, no,
Thank
it's not.
you.
You're welcome. Would you like to?
Is there any trees
What do we
hailing?
do? Do we go over it?
Yeah, there's a whole
Anything?
bunch of plant life around. It's probably more plant life in this particular, like the closer you get to the hill, there's more plant life you see around. It's almost luscious green everywhere around it.
Still on the lookout for traps as we creep up to this hill.
Okay.
I'm
I
gonna
mean,
be walking normally and not like a like I'm sneaking.
just
I'm
walking
also
normal.
gonna.
Are you
Mhm.
I'm gonna
walking?
I'm not
Are y'all walking
sure.
side by side or single file or what's the marching order? How are we doing that?
let's say
I don't. Avery's gonna
Yes.
kind of hang back and be like, I'm not sure if I should walk on the mound because if it's hollow, I'm most likely to fall through.
Yeah,
yeah.
I'm
If you
not gonna
fall
walk
through,
on the
it's easy
mound.
access.
I'm going to like follow and like
You're not using me as a battering ram.
going around.
Technically, we wouldn't be using you. You would be using yourself.
I think we
What
should
if
maybe
Avery goes up on top of the mound and just like jumps up and down a few times and we see what happens?
Why don't
we're
Why don't
trying
we
to be
just look
diplomatic,
around the mound
correct?
for entrances?
Oh, you're right.
Yeah,
Diplomacy. I'm so sorry, I forgot.
yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Having
Let's
a cow person fall through your roof is not a very good first
That does
impression.
not sound diplomatic. You're correct.
I like
So
how
we should either go.
a short walk, and you forgot. Oh, right, we're not killing things.
Have you met me
Hey,
yet?
Sorry, I took 20 steps. I thought we were on the march.
um, Haslin, I think
Yes.
maybe you and Arena are really great at staying on a lookout and watching our backs. And Rogar, since you have, I believe you said charm person, maybe you and I can head up more in the front and see if we can scout out. And if we need to use charm person, then we
Rogar's
can
already in
use
the front.
that.
Yeah, sure.
If we need to, sure, but I just want to remind you again that we're trying to use diplomacy here, and people really hate it when you use charm person on them.
Yes, that's why I said as a backup plan, as
Oh, okay.
if they are hostile. Yeah.
And
Okay,
technically, that gives us an hour to fucking.
Get out of there?
Exactly.
Yes.
Also, I'm just curious. What is a cleric's favorite hot drink? My thought is, I think it's divinity.
Yeah, probably it is. That's yeah. You're right. Now that I think about it.
No.
Okay.
I think that goes. I think that goes pretty well.
I imagine
I
Heskin did
think
not understand the joke.
I
Yeah,
think
Heskin definitely didn't. But also,
it's like two parts. So
I
but
think
also,
until we know that we're on good terms with the
you
lizard
just
folk, we might not want to crack any jokes. So
maybe
get them out.
cracking jokes is better than cracking skulls.
Depending on how good they are.
Might have fire.
It could end us up on fire.
so what's it? Rogar and Lucia are walking up the mound to see what's up.
Oh, I'm not walking up it. We're walking
No, yeah,
around
we're
to see
walking
if there's
around
an
it.
entrance.
Yeah. Oh wait, somebody
Yeah, I
actually
guess.
got that. Thank you.
I know.
All right, yeah,
Yeah,
you guys. It's
then
gonna take a while for you to walk around. Is it just you two, or is everyone walking around?
I'll follow.
I
Okay.
think
Yeah,
we
wasn't it
had
like miles and miles around? Isn't that what the answer was
Half,
before
half,
the dean gave
half
us?
a mile. You'll have to reach the sea and then come back over. So
Yeah,
it's gonna take y'all about 12, 15 minutes to do the full walk.
that makes sense.
and
I
for
want to
all we
walk
could
the.
know, there's a
Don't you dare!
cave entrance.
What's up?
I
I'm
No,
will
gonna.
not let this
you are
bitch
in
I
do what he's
suspense.
trying to
I am
do.
You are under
I am
house
going to
arrest.
walk the opposite way around and meet them on the other side.
Okay, that pathway is much shorter as you come up the riverside. Um, but you will notice that the hill kind of like takes over part of the beach. You'll actually have to swim in the water for a little bit
Mm.
before you can get there, or just go up the
Mm.
mound and drop down.
Yeah, I'll just
Can
stick with swimming.
I was gonna say, is
No.
there a way to walk on the edge of the mound, like along the water?
Yeah, because the
Yeah,
water
maybe.
is a gradual decline, so you can be like a little bit in the water and walk, but you're gonna
Okay,
make a lot of noise, so it'll be impossible to stealth that.
okay, that's fine.
Okay,
It's probably impossible for him to still begin with.
Yeah, I go with
that's
him
that's a different thing.
because nobody wants to be left behind.
All right, so Taslin
I'm
and Avina are going to walk water side. Avina, you're what? 4 feet?
Yep.
All right, so it's like thigh high water for you, practically,
Mhm.
at least knee high. But yeah, you guys can do that. It would take you guys a significant less amount of time to get there, probably only about 5 to 6 minutes, about half the amount of time. And as you curve around the corner, you would see. Let me pull it back up. Um, you would see behind a few of the plants, you would see a opening in that mound that kind of descends downward into an area. It's even though there is a light shining from inside, it's not super bright, almost like it's coming from like a different area than the actual front, making the other half of the cave itself dark, making it hard to see what's actually in there. But you do see an entrance, and in front of the entrance, you see a sort of like bridge, like a wooden bridge stair kind of thing that goes to the water's edge, making a form of like a dock on the river. There's plant life all over, including like those little palms, some like aloe plants. There's trees. There's just greenery everywhere. The mound itself, you can see from the front, is held together with some big stones that have been laid, and then like clay and mud used to make the rest. And then it's been there long enough for vegetation to have grown on top of it as well. The water directly in front of it is pretty calm, but it just you can see that just about maybe about 50, 60 feet up is where that water was clashing and where that sound of the water clashing is coming from.
So do we just kind of wait until our friends come around the other side?
You tell
That's up
me.
to you guys.
Hmm.
There's your image of the front. It's in the Discord.
Yeah.
The lizard is not there. It's just cinematic. But yeah, are you gonna go on in, or are you gonna wait for the rest? As there is no lizard folk in the front, it appears to be empty. So
I still say we wait.
Alright, it only takes another 5 more minutes for the others to come up on the other side and see kind of the same scenery. The front of the mound is very close to the water's edge, and even from the other side, they're towing a one person at a time line next to the river.
I'll be weary for any traps.
Yeah, I figured you've been
Coming up.
doing trap checks. Go
Yeah.
ahead and roll one more time survival to make sure you don't come across any.
That is a 10.
Hey, look at that. Um, it is still enough for you to spot all of the traps, but at least it wasn't a 15.
Okay.
But yeah,
Alright.
you spotted a few more traps and you just guided everybody to walk around them.
Cool.
And yeah, you guys are now together at the front of the entrance to a cave, unknown cave.
Alright.
I'm gonna look at like where it connects in the water and somewhat see if there's any little openings.
Okay. What do you mean? There's the one big opening. You looking
Yeah.
for like more
You mean
openings like in the water?
Because we're dealing with lizard folk, right?
Yeah, so you're looking at the riverside, right? Yep.
So the
You
cave
guys.
itself goes in and then it connects towards the riverside, right?
Yeah, the front entrance connects to the river with a kind of like curved dock.
Yeah. So I'm just gonna be looking down, making sure that there isn't any
Yeah.
small
Go ahead and roll perception to
entrances.
check the river for entrances.
That is a 15.
A 15? Alright, yeah, you do not see any entrances, even though you gave it a very good look.
All right. All right. Are we wanting to head in?
I would.
Friendly faces first.
I would assume so.
I say we go in.
Can anybody see in this darkness?
I mean,
I think most of you can.
I
Yeah.
know I can.
Oh, maybe.
No,
Uh,
no.
No,
I
we don't.
don't think I can.
How come we don't have dark vision? Okay.
Yeah, we figured that out like session 2.
Okay.
I know Thorgar has dark vision.
Thorgar does.
Lucia.
Lucia
Avina
does.
does, and Lucia does.
Avina. So yeah.
Avina has dark vision.
So half of you can and half you can't. Like I said though, there is a light source inside, but it seems to only be covering part of the entrance, making the other half dark, and also the part behind the light dark, making it hard
Yeah.
to actually see anything inside.
So, personally, I would suggest that one. I would say Thorgar holds up the rear since he has dark vision. Lucia be in front since she also has dark vision. And Avina be in the middle between everybody else.
Okay.
That way we have vision throughout front and back.
All right.
As Thorgar
Uh,
obviously patrols the back as we go to make sure, turning around every like few seconds to make sure nothing creeps up on us.
Mm-hmm.
does that mean that they're like I don't know, like are holding onto my leg and or guiding me or something, or
No, I'd say
You're
like within a few feet. You can see, right? Would you be able to see within a few feet, right, Dean?
What, like when you get inside?
Yeah,
Yeah,
like if we're
you know, I mean,
walking in a row.
do you guys want me to just pull you inside and then you can see how the line up when we do
No,
that?
sure.
All right,
That works perfectly.
there we
Yeah.
go. Now
Or
you're
going inside.
All right. You're gonna have to go to the center top of the map.
This is super dark.
Yeah,
Oh my
center,
That is
gosh.
a
center top of the
completely
map.
black map
Oh, there we go.
All right.
with nothing showing
So
at all.
you
Center,
gotta go
center,
all the way
center
up. You
top.
gotta zoom out and
Yep.
go all the way up.
Welcome to a large cavern area.
Excellent. Okay.
Mhm.
All right.
Yeah.
So I would
So
say Avina goes, or Lucia goes. I go, and then I would say Avery, Avina, Taslin, then Torgar up the rear.
all right, yeah, whatever you want. So
Staggered so that way, like Lucia's on the left, I'm on the right, and all within seeing distance, so that way I can keep track of Lucia. Avery can keep track of me. Each one can keep track of each other within a feet or a couple feet,
all right.
moving somewhat slower than a normal walking pace.
Alrighty, sounds good. As you guys enter the cave, almost immediately that salty air smell from the sea is replaced with the smell of fresh earth as you walk in. The tunnels themselves are about 8 feet high, and the walls and ground are all padded dirt. And it seems to be completely dry instead of muddy like it is everywhere else in the marsh. There's a bit of a strange smell along with the earth in here. It's not pleasant, but not terrible either. Kind of like just something you're probably not used to, except for Avina would probably be able to know that the smell is it's almost like a mix between a lizard and a frog.
Smells like reptiles, baby.
Kind of, yeah.
Yeah.
So I
Swamp.
barely fit in here.
So
I just like I can barely stand up.
The light that you do see on your left is it kind of flickers and dances like it would be from a flame and not a stationary light of any kind. But anywhere that doesn't have any sort of light source is just left to the dark.
All right. I will break out a torch
Hmm.
If you like.
and pass it back to Avery.
Uh, she'll take it and say thanks.
I'm
No
gonna look
problem.
over my shoulder and be like, are we sure we want an extra light source to announce that we're here?
Look, we don't want to come in acting like we're hostile, do we?
No.
Extra light sources are what people attempting diplomacy would use.
Exactly. We don't want to come in sneaking around like we're trying to kill someone. We want to come in and make sure that we are known coming in. And
Just making sure.
look, we'll talk our way through this.
All right,
Trust
all
me.
right.
We
So I
can
have a
talk
lit
about it
torch
later.
now.
Okay, you lit the
Exactly.
torch.
That's my exact point.
Alrighty, let me do this for you then. You have a lit torch, and everyone can see that light. Here is your light source.
Exactly. So that's why I have Lucia in the front, so that way she can see ahead.
Yep, and I gave you a little
Yeah.
bit more view because you have 60-foot dark vision.
Yep.
But yeah, you can, from where you're standing, you can
Mm.
even see a little bit into this room where the light is coming from. But yeah, you see a room to your left, and the tunnels continue forward with a split path and a
Would
door.
I
There is a door that's closed in front of you at the bottom of this tunnel as well.
would I hear any noises coming from anywhere?
Um,
It's actually a really good question.
you'd probably hear some very slight noises from south. Okay.
Um,
Like this way.
I don't really think that we should just go barging into their home. We should probably at least like try to like knock or say hello before we just invite ourselves in. Because
That is a
I think this is
very smart idea.
Who
yeah.
brought the, who brought her?
And how these right here, those are like wood posts.
Yeah, the doorways are set up with wood
Door
posts.
hinges.
There's no, I mean, there's not an actual door there, but anywhere
Oh,
that
okay.
could have been where they could add a door or just makes a doorway type of pathway, you do see that they used wood, similar to the wood from out in the marsh, to make a sort of beam that holds it.
Possibly
Before I do so, how do
wood
all
that
of you
has
feel
been
about me?
dragged through the marsh.
We can drag our own wood.
We don't
It
need
has
to
to be
tear apart their home.
Ideas, guys. I'm sorry.
the wood has to be transported in swamp water.
Mm-hmm.
It's a big
So there's a possibility that this wood was.
We're not going to
I
take
mean,
apart their house or cave. Question
Never
mark?
said
options.
we only need one
Options.
Before I do
Options.
it, are all of you all right if I go ahead and make noise by knocking on this wood? You're all prepared for consequences of what might happen, just don't jump to it.
And I mind you that you guys wanted to hang me from a limb to get a
Nobody
piece of
said
wood, but yet you
hanging
don't want it.
you.
That was a conversation when we were in town.
I
Right.
did not agree
Yeah,
to hanging you. I said
totally.
none
What?
of us. None of us in this group, to
Okay.
my standards,
How
is a murderer
dare
or a
you make
killer.
those accusations?
Anyways, what was your question?
On the count of 3, I'm
What?
going to knock on this wood.
Knock away.
I'd go for it.
1, 2, 3.
All right. I go ahead and make pretty much hitting the wood with my fist to not too hard, but enough to where it's going to alarm that there is someone
Other
in
people.
the area.
Yeah.
Well, as you knock on the wooden post, because it's surrounded by earth and dirt and such, and it's almost like muffled. It doesn't even make like a ton of noise. But as you stand in front of that room, you can see that the light source is coming from a lit campfire that's in there, but it seems to be completely smokeless. And there's 2 benches sitting across
That's
from
dope.
each other in the middle.
I will investigate.
Does anybody know of smokeless fire?
No, I will investigate.
No.
Just-
I am looking for any like possible like runes or like
Rune?
anything like that. Anything like that would create a smokeless fire that is constant kind of thing. Like
There aren't any runes. I can tell you that.
no runes, no stones with different kind of writings on it, no writings on the walls or anything.
No, it does. Everything in the room seems completely normal aside from the smokeless fire.
Alright, there's nothing in this room except for just a couple of benches.
And the door at the end of the hall, or in the end of the room.
There's a door at the end of the hall.
Yeah,
Okay, that's a door.
that's the door at the end.
I'll just be like, hey guys, there's a door.
yes. There's
Very-
also
Yes.
a... Wow.
Give it off.
Great
Very,
observation.
very good.
Okay, you didn't make that observation. You didn't let anybody else know. So yeah, I thought it was a great observation.
Hmm.
Congratulations on informing the entire group that hey,
Avery is
there's
Oh,
a
going
nice
there's
to.
lit
also a
hallway
door
right
at the
here
end of
with a
the
door.
tunnel.
Man is defensive. That's crazy. That's crazy.
Wow.
Damn right. We talk
If
to
you
like
can't
that.
give smoke, don't take. You know, if you can't take it, don't give it.
I can
Avery
take
is
it.
going to kind of look around and uh uh kind of like go into the doorway and go hello, is anyone there?
Look, you knocked on the fucking one part that doesn't have a door. Why don't we go knock on the other door? That's actually a door.
There is no.
Yeah.
How about that?
It's like a doorway. Wouldn't she be knocking on like the door frame or something. Like that's what I do when there's no door.
Yeah,
That's
that's
Yeah,
what
what I
do.
did
but
do,
it's
but it
was
was
right
no
up
door,
against
Yeah,
dirt
but
you
now
stuff.
there is a door.
yeah, you knocked on the door frame or the door
So
post.
she
type
wanted to
thing,
knock on
and it
a
was
door frame
and it was
and then just leave, even though there's a door over there that she can go knock on. So how am I the bad guy here?
No one is the bad guy. Did you
Bad
ever
guy?
think to ask me of why I did so?
I
No,
assume
you didn't.
so, because you were doing a nice diplomacy thing, in
Ah,
which I
yes.
agree with. But
Very nice.
are we just going to go and leave? That the fact that there's a door there?
Who said that we were leaving?
You started leaving. Your character started leaving, so I assumed you were leaving.
There was someone else
Don't we
going down
find-
there, making sure that somebody's not running off away from the group, and then we're gonna hear a war cry.
If we hear a
Not that
war
she
cry,
has,
we'll figure it
like,
out.
not
As
that she's
Tasman
still.
wanders
Yeah.
off into the
But don't we
I'm just
find
gonna
an
start
empty room
rubbing my
first?
forehead, like.
Look, don't worry. I will do it for you. I will go.
Did I hear
now.
somebody say war cry?
No,
I will go knock on the door.
all right. There doesn't seem to be a response.
Can I creak it open? Is it unlocked?
It is unlocked. You can open it.
why are you
Kick it
opening
in.
I will creak
Yeah.
it open and just be like, "Everybody in there?"
Come on. All right. As you open it, you see a lining of hay all around on either side, with a table set in the middle. The large table has some stains from food passed wind on it, but there's nothing else in this room. It seems to be empty, and the hay seems to be set up in a way that it could be used for multiple beds for multiple people. There's also two doors, one to the east and one south.
It's probably best
Okay.
not to invade what looks to be their bed and dining area. We should probably go back inward and see if there's anyone. I'm assuming they're like working.
I don't know how you know this.
Uh,
Just
Like,
I
I'm
should-
gonna,
thought,
I
It's hard.
thought they were.
I
I
don't know.
just
Rogar.
creaked the door open to look.
Rogar,
Like, this amazes me.
before
You
we
know this
proceed,
place?
well,
Like,
Jeez.
have you been here before?
I thought that you had like I thought that you had like swung it open and we could just got like a straight line view.
I
I'm
literally
sorry.
said that I am creaking the door open.
yeah.
But I
was
mean,
really,
if you
like,
know this place already, like, yeah, have at it.
Did you finish opening it all the way?
Uh, I have now.
I have now. Okay, well there you go. It's all good now.
Be like, hey guys, I'll explain everything that Dee just explained, and then I'll be like, hey, it's their living quarters. If we're looking for diplomacy, we might not want to mess with their living quarters. So maybe we just take another route.
I think we should head south towards that secondary door, as I didn't want to just go straight to it once I heard voices coming from that area, but instead maybe try to warn them that there are people here first,
But there was nobody
instead
in
of.
there. I'll close the door back up as I left, but there was nobody in there. Correct?
Correct. There was no one in there. You can close
Okay.
it if you'd like.
Yeah, I will close it again.
Okay.
I'm not trying to have people be like, hey, open door, somebody's stealing my shit. Let's all get back in line.
All right. So let's pick one more direction. Let's pick
Jaslyn?
one. Let's pick one more direction to look down, and then we can call it there, because there'll be three. So,
I'm gonna look down this
Jaslyn?
way.
all right. You see that it kind of curves upwards. And
Right, so
I'll say that you look down this way, and you see that this way curves downward.
knowing the map, knowing at least the general direction of which way we're going, which way is least favorable to have, like, which way is going to have the least amount of area that we can roam? Like, so does to the left or does to the right, like this way, does this go to the water or does this go to the river?
Are you
Like,
asking me
that's,
to tell you? Because the entrance is right behind you, right?
I know the entrance is
And
technically right
the
behind
entrance
me,
was
and that was on
facing
the
the
water.
entrance was facing the river, right? So
So, but does this go to the beach? Right? This way would go towards the beach.
your guess is as good as mine.
I'm just like, all right. Look,
I can't just tell you, man. I can't just.
well, I understand that, but I have a map, and like I would be marking off where the entrance is,
Yeah,
and
so you
like
can mark off where the entrance
which
is,
way we're
but
going in towards. So like,
I mean,
I don't have the map. I
I
don't
would,
have the map right in front of me. Like I can't see it. That's
I
kind of
would
what I'm
say
getting at.
since you don't have dark vision and Lucia hasn't announced the way that the path looks, that you wouldn't know yet.
Yeah, and my
Okay.
torch can't.
And you've been
The torch that.
and you've been in here for like 5 minutes. I don't know if you could draw a map of it just yet.
I'm not trying to draw a map of it. I'm just trying to get a gist of
I mean, you're welcome to
general
make
direction.
you're welcome to make
So
like
if I'm
guesstimations. Like I said, this is the entrance, and it was facing directly at the river, right? So your guesstimation is gonna have to be based
Yeah,
off of that.
so which way are we entering? That's kind of what I'm trying to get at. Like, so
There's only
we're
one
going.
entrance.
I know, we're entering. So I'm trying to get just personally, like, northwest,
Oh, okay.
east,
You're trying
south.
to get the north. Okay, see, okay,
Yeah,
that
yeah.
that's a whole different question,
Like,
ain't it? So,
I'm trying to, like, is this towards the beach? Is this towards the river? Like, that's what I'm trying to, like, get at.
okay,
Because we know
so
the river bends
so
this way because
here's the river, right? And about 50 feet from here would be where it clashes with the sea. So, let me give you. I guess I'll give you a. Let's go with sea.
so
Sea.
straight down is south. Like it's a normal fucking compass at this point. It should be a straight compass, basically, right? Like, is this? Did we enter in on this side?
Boom.
Like
There you
right
go.
there. Yeah. Okay.
There you go.
So we're heading south. We have east and west, and then we have north where we entered.
Yeah. So I hope that
Right.
helps. If that's what you want. Yeah. So the there's the river, and that's the blue line is your line of sight. Uh, for the cave opening to the
That is
river.
the entrance, right?
Yep. That is the river to the
All
cave
right. So
entrance.
we're heading south. We have an option for east and west. Okay. All right. Yeah. That was just. I wasn't trying to be like, hey, like, is this exactly the point in which, like, give me the coordinate?
It was just your
Like
wording
I'm
because I was
sorry.
like, what? No, I can't just tell you. Like, what
No, no, I
the-
wasn't trying to like just be
yeah.
like, yo, like tell me exactly where we're at. No,
Oh
I was
yeah,
just trying
no.
to get like, hey, like this is the way. Like, hey, fucking east is gonna be
Yeah. Let me see.
the
Do I have?
east is gonna be the ocean, and west is gonna be more towards land to where we came from, and then south is where we're heading technically right now.
Yeah. Let me give you this. As well, you see it too.
All right, cool.
So it's not gonna be great, but
Yeah, so like from where we're at, like that's what I was saying. Like
there
that's
you go.
north, this is south,
There you go. There's your
east, west.
wonderful
Yeah.
compass from the artist that is me.
That was the general
AKA.
when I said general direction, like that's kind of what I meant, but I guess I didn't explain it that well, so I
You're
apologize.
asking which way is like the sea, and I'm like, I'm not telling you that. I'm
Oh,
not telling you
well,
that.
like, we would have known, like, hey, we came in on this side, so like to the left would have been the
I
sea.
I think
Is
after
this
you
actual
guys,
whatever?
I
I was
think
just
after
trying to
yeah,
confirm.
I think after you guys venture through, you'll see why I couldn't say that one way or the other.
Okay, I mean that's fine, but like I just wanted to get a general like north, east,
Yeah.
south, east, west direction.
Well, now you got it in
That way I
seeing.
can
Uh,
base it a little bit off of the crude map that we have
yeah. So
of how far we've traveled, kind of thing.
yep. So there's your compass. Put it right there at the entrance. Can't miss it. So
Cool beans.
It's not
All
super
right.
great, but
I
it is
will
what it is.
try to work up some notes for us all.
Yeah, no worries.
That
But
would
yeah,
be great.
that is
Yeah.
3 hours. So I'm gonna go ahead and cut it here.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go ahead and stop the stream, and then we can go over the aftercare.